Yo, 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 Shalom, y'all. Shalom. We back in here again, man, on the backup channel. Once again, here to provide some edification, some understanding. But first and foremost, before we get started, I want to give all the praises, the glory, and the honor to the Most High Yahweh, doing so in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And let's rock and roll, man. Y'all know how we do when we get on here and go live. So before we get ready, get started, and get going to the topic and all that, go ahead and introduce my brother, I'm saying, Ghetto Genius, a member, and a member of the NWB, you know. Let me stop. Let me stop. But I'm just playing. But my brother Ghetto Genius, back on here again. Brother frequents the channel a lot. Blessed to always have this brother on the channel and provide his understanding and edification. So go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, say good day to Yasharala, man. To the hopefully elect of Yasharala, man. Ghetto Jeans reporting here for duty. And by the way, he is not joking about that. I'm just playing. Yeah, he is. But of course, give all the praise and the honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. May we continue to receive this daily bread, mental, physical, and most importantly, spiritual, through all our transgressions. May the Most High Yahweh and His begotten Son Yahweh Shai continue to bless us with the knowledge that we need through the mercy and the graces. And this should be an interesting one tonight. I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised that he asked me to come on to do this. But I mean, hey, I'm here, so let's get it in.
Yeah, bro. I mean, basically, when I had posted this video in the in the chat, in the group chat, and I seen that you was responding to it, I was like, shoot, man, you know, let's do a live on this because
Fuck it.
this yeah, fuck it, bro. There's some things that we can edify and we can provide a different perspective than what you're gonna see on YouTube from some of the brothers. No disrespect to them, but what you're gonna see from them and the usual rhetoric and jargon that they speak with. We can provide a different. Not saying that they're all wrong with what they say. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying we can provide a different perspective. You know what I'm saying, and an edifying one while still maintaining the premise, the main premise being your faithfulness and loyalty, to the Most High. So before we get started, bro, I want to say rest in peace to this brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this brother personally. I knew of him because I knew of some other dudes who he was in a camp with. So I knew of this dude through them. Um, and I remember when the situation had happened to begin with when he left that camp and he what I'm saying, presumably decide left, what I'm saying, the truth as well. And I don't want to use that too closely related because I that's kind of goes into hand in hand, kind of what we're talking about in this live stream as well in regards to um not necessarily, you don't necessarily leave the truth when you leave a camp, but for this brother, it did happen. It did happen that way. But there's some reasons as to probably why that happened. Of course, we're speculating, but we're speculating from an edifying perspective. Like I said, it's not no hating shit. Rest in peace to that brother. You know, I don't know his resting place, so I'm not gonna sit here and rag on him and say he wasn't this, he wasn't this, he wasn't this. I don't know this dude. All I knew was that he was in the truth and there wasn't any truth no more. And he was, what I'm saying, he had disassociated himself with the Most High, the truth, the wisdom and understanding altogether, and that camp that he was a part of altogether. But before niggas gonna say, "Oh, why are you talking to the dead, man?" Like, bro, like, look, man,
Uh,
life and death is in the hands of the Most High, bro. We just gotta
exactly.
pray every day that he doesn't decide to take his wrath out on us. That's what it comes down to, bro. Like, look, all this hating on the dead type shit. Look, man, when you understand what death really is, you don't really get into all that. Rest, like I said, rest in peace to that brother. But hey, bro, it is what it is, man. Life and death is in the hands of the Most High.
Right. What is that precept? Is it Proverbs 20? Because niggas need to quit playing with that bullshit. Are you talking about the
Why you speaking of the dead,
dead, man? Shut the hell up. You don't hear that bullshit. Yeah, there it is. Proverbs 24 and 24. Hold on, let me make sure. Proverbs 24 and 23. Yeah, and 23. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. He
Con,
that saith unto the wicked, Thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, nation shall abhor him. But to him that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. So yeah, I get it. Death is always a touchy subject, but they were still people. They were still
yeah,
people like you, me, and every other brother. So that means that nobody is above rebuke, whether you're alive or dead. But of course, do things within reason. Just don't be, just don't be going out of your way to diss a motherfucker that's dead. But then again, you shouldn't be going out of your way to rebuke a motherfucker, period. But at the end of the day, if there's something that needs to be spoken about, then who cares if that person's alive or dead? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like that's a ridiculous thing that you can't speak on the dead because they're dead. Like that's literally you're basically just saying that just because. That doesn't make any sense. Like at the end of the day, like they're they're still people. Whether they're alive or dead, they're still people. So that whole don't speak on the dead and all this stuff, you really worship the dead. That's why you're saying that. Low key,
con.
you don't want to admit it, or whether you know it or not, but you are worshiping the dead when you say stuff like that. Because you're basically saying they are a god now because they're dead, which is ridiculous because nobody can just make themselves a quote unquote god in that sense. That's something that the Most High can only do. But
Yeah,
that's
that's a
a
whole
whole other topic. But just to get to that point of speaking about the dead, don't do that because now you're worshiping the dead, man, and that's just no
Mhm.
good, bro.
I mean, when you start to say things like, "Nigga, why are you speaking on this?" or "Nigga, you have no right to touch on this," you
Says
start
who?
to exactly. Yeah, number one says who, but also two, you start to deify that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it. If someone were to speak ill towards the Most High, you would say to them, "Hey, bro, you have no like why are you speaking on that? Like
Mm-hmm.
you have no reason to complain or have any kind of opinion about what the Most High wants to do or about the Most High in terms of His place in general. That's because that's because we deify the Most High. So in the
Right.
opposite end, if you do that for people that's died, then you're doing the same thing. You're deifying them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So of course, like the brother said, it's a touchy subject, but hey, that's part of maturing in the truth.
Yep.
Like when you start to understand what death really is, which is transition from the physical world to the spiritual world, it allows you to get past the emotionalism behind it. It allows you to
Mm-hmm.
get past all the, of course, and scriptures even say go into the mourning period. Some people die and whatnot. It's a touchy subject. I'm sure that brother's family, I'm sure they're mourning right now. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. It's part of life, and it happens. But we understand that it all is controlled by the Most High. So I mean, can I mean it is, once you understand that, like you don't get all caught up in your emotions about it because you're like, hey man, the Lord obviously saw a reason why He wanted to end that person's life for whatever it may be, whether it be if He wanted to end their life because they were wicked, or whether it be because they were a righteous soul and it was just their time. You know,
Yeah.
whatever it
So,
may be.
some people die in righteousness, some die in wickedness, man.
Absolutely,
Either way,
absolutely.
life and death is all a part of the overarching script, the overarching story that the Most High has already set into place, man. So all that stuff is really out of our control. So we don't know
Hmm.
when any of us is going to leave this terrestrial realm that we live in. So at the end
Exactly.
of the day, we can't allow stuff like that to prevent us to speak on certain things because this is about principles, not people. What is that? Ephesians 6 and
You talk. Oh, I got you right here. You talking about this Ephesians 6 and 12.
yep.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Hmm. Like it's that simple, man. We're not fighting against. It's not about necessarily. Well, it's not about hating people like themselves in the flesh. It's about hating the energy that they are emitting,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
that makes sense. So it's about the doctrines. the principles that they espouse. So at the end of the day, if a brother is going off per se, well, you know what? I'll save that part for I'll save that part for the video. But yeah, I'll save
I
that part
feel
for the
that.
video because I actually wanna like look at that video in detail and figure out what exactly did he. Actually, no, this is not part of the video, is it? This
No,
video doesn't mention
no,
like
this
what he
video,
actually said
no,
about the camp.
it does. This video goes into it.
Okay, okay, that's great.
It's
So
later on.
yeah,
It's later on in the video, but it goes into it.
cool
This
beans.
now the dude who made the video. Hey, shout out to the brother. His name was Abal Gabar. Shout out to him. You know, it's no issues with the brother. But like I said, they know that brother. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't speak on interpersonal dynamics with this dude because I didn't know this dude personally. I knew of him. I didn't know this dude personally, so I can't speak
Mm,
on interpersonal dynamics. If they had a falling out with that brother, and if what they saying is correct and he did the things he did, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they, went so ham against him when he decided to turn his back on the truth. I fully get it. If what they say in the video is true, I fully understand why they did so. But this video is not the full breakdown of the process for him leaving the camp. This video is basically going to his death and going into and they do touch on some of the things that he said and did when he decided to leave the camp though.
okay,
So
so
they do touch on it. It's just not in as extreme detail as the other video, but they do touch on it though.
I mean, if you, I'm about to say if you want to watch that one, I mean we can. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think that this video, like I said, it's not extreme detail, but they go into it enough. They go into it a
Okay,
good
okay.
bit.
If they
So it's
touch on it,
yeah,
fair enough.
they
So
touch on it. Yeah, yeah. So it'll be straight. But I want to
all
get this
right.
precept before we start the video. This is Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the
Mm-hmm.
Lord, do all these things. So hey, man, that's what the understanding is, man. Part of growing up, putting on a new man, putting away childish things, as the Apostle Paul said,
Right.
is is understanding the wisdom of the Most High. And part of understanding the wisdom of the Most High is getting rid of worldly emotionalism, getting rid of the
Mm-hmm.
emotional mentality that we was programmed to come up in. You know what I'm saying? As a lot of Black and Hispanic men are. You know what I'm saying? In Western society. Now, of course, in Eastern, the brothers who come from the more Eastern traditional cultures, it's a little bit different. But the ones, especially who are in America, the ones who grew up in America, were programmed to be highly emotional, not value wisdom, not be logical. And the Bible is very logical. I know that may be a controversial statement, but when you really go into the history, the breakdowns, the prophetic perspectives of the Bible, they're very logical when you look at the scope of the world and things of that nature. But that's a whole nother breakdown to why the Bible is logical. But
Right.
um, but knowing that the Most High is a man and a man thinks with his logic and his rationale, we have to understand that like, hey, when these things just happen, but it's just a part of life, bro. And there's a reason as to why they're going to the logic. Like I said, going to the logical point with the Most High being a man, thinking with logic is a logical reason, a practical reason as to why some brothers got to go out early, man.
Yep.
You never know what that could be. We're not the Most High, so we don't know fully. But there's obviously a practical and a logical reason as to why these things happen. That's why the scripture say He forms the light, and He forms the dark, and He creates the darkness. He makes the peace, and He creates the evil. They all got their own use. Like the scripture say, everything got its own use. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and death has its use, life has its use, and sometimes in death we can learn things. Like the brother
Yep.
Ghetto Genius said, man, when you don't deify the dead and you don't look at it, so man, why are you speaking of the dead, my nigga? Like when you don't look at it from that perspective, you know, you can take learning lessons from these things, and then you can apply these things into your life, and you can edify like we're doing in this video to help other brothers as well. That's what it's all about, man. It's about what I'm saying, the hopeful elect getting gathered in wisdom and understanding, not being brought together through emotionalism. You know what I'm saying? That ain't it. But
Mm-hmm. Uh.
yeah, go
Uh.
ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Ecclesiastes 3, starting at verse 1. To everything there is a season, a
Um,
time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So
Mhm.
everything has its balancing act. Everything has a what's the word for it? Um a necessity to it, even if you can't necessarily understand it
Yep.
at the time. At the end of the day, we're only human beings, so there's only so much that a terrestrial is going to understand. Hell, there's only so much a celestial is going to understand. Only the only the Almighty, only the Omnipotent, i.e., the Most High Yahweh, understands everything.
Come on.
So there's only so much that we're going to be able to understand truly as terrestrial beings in our lifetime. So there's always a balancing act to everything because Lord loveth the just with just balance.
Mhm.
Proverbs 16:11. But yeah, so at the end of the day, to say that oh well speaking on the dead is wrong and things of that nature, no it's not. Not if it's actually discussing an important topic, but that
Exactly.
goes for anybody, alive or dead. If there's an important topic to be discussed, then there's an important topic to be discussed. Who cares whether who cares who you are? Like I don't like that's an ego trip to say that you can't speak on me just because um I'm dead or that person's dead. That's a big time ego trip, and
Mhm.
that's not gonna work in the grander scheme of things.
Exactly, bro. Because we were saying earlier, when you start to get on that point right there, that starts to delve into the realm of deification. We start to put
Hmm.
stipulations on things like that. Oh, you can't speak on this because of this. You can't speak on this because of this. What do niggas
Right.
say when what I'm saying? You got to check in when you come to my city. You know what I'm saying? That starts to you have to deify certain people of that city, certain
Right.
connects in that city and whatnot. Like you start to put one thing on a pedestal over another. And in this flesh, we're not supposed to be doing that because we're all men at the end of the day, liable to do anything. We just got to pray that, like I was saying earlier, bro, we just got to pray that the Most High decides to keep us in with sound understanding and sound wisdom to keep us and to shield us from the unfortunate events that happen to this brother.
Keep us from temptation and hold on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Keep us from temptation and oh my goodness.
Lead us
I
not
forgot.
into
It
lead us
lead
not
us not
into
into
temptation.
temptation and keep us from evil.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Hey, there you go, right there. Hey, no one,
Agree.
we all men, bro. Like we botch things. You know what I'm saying? We fuck up. Like it's just it is what it is. You get back. Like scripture,
Oh
what the scripture
shit.
say? A righteous man falleth 7 times, but
Sometimes you
get
get up
back up,
eight.
man.
Uh-huh.
Stand
Good
up 10,
grief.
bro. Like that's what it is. But I want to get this precept before we start. This Sirach 39:21. A man need not to say, "What is this? Wherefore is that?" But he hath made all things for their uses. Hey man, everything got a
Hmm.
use, man. Even death.
Everything.
Death got a use as well. I made a video about shit, probably about 4 months, 4 or 5 months ago, when that one dude that went by the name Rap the News, when he died, I made a video, a live stream about that dude, what we could learn from his death. And
Mm.
I mean, of course, you always gonna have. I'm not saying these people are speaking specifically towards me, but you did have a group of videos because there were a lot of people that spoke on that situation that happened when that brother had died. But
Right.
you got people as well who made response videos talking about what I'm saying, why are you speaking on the man when he's died, when he's already in the grave? You should have said those things to him before when he was alive. And well, number one, first I didn't even know who that dude was when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. I'm just being honest. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I heard about him for the first time when he died. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just
Yeah,
is
me
what it
too.
is. But like I get those perspectives. I get why people would say that from a worldly point of view. I get like from a program and what we were taught to how we were taught to react to things like that. I get it. I get it from that perspective, from the perspective of how we was taught to react to those things. But like the scriptures say, you put off that old man, you put on that new man. What's that? Ephesians.
It's,
Ephesians.
it's that same chapter, 6, verse 10, I believe. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it's that same chapter. Might as well get it though.
With the armor of something, the armor of the Most High, something like that.
Let me
Or are you
see.
talking about something else?
And let me see. No, it's 2 chapters earlier. It's Ephesians 4 and
Okay.
22. Ephesians 4
Right,
twenty
right.
two. That you
Yeah.
put off concerning the former conversations, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Yep.
So let me get the next verse. And that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, excuse me, when you put on that new man, your mind is centered around, okay, what does the wisdom of the scriptures say? And how can I cater my life around that? Not how can the scriptures, what can not what can not what can the scriptures or what can the Most High do for me, is what can I do for the Most High. You know that saying,
Mm-hmm.
not what you can do for your country is what it's not. I mean, it's not what your country can do for you. It's what you can do for your country. Same thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
not what the Most High can do for me. We love blessings from the Most High, of course, but it's not what the most. That's the primary reason. Not okay. What can you do for me, God? No, it's what can I do for you? And so
Mm-hmm.
how can I live my life in a way that's centered and catered around what the scriptures say? How can I shift my perspective of life in a direction that's pleasing to the Most High's ways, which is written in the scriptures, not the
Mm-hmm.
other way around? You see what I'm saying? So when you got that
Mm-hmm.
mindset, you start to look at everything in life differently. You start to look at your whole perspective of this world change, bro. Your whole perspective, and one of those things is the topic of death. The way you view death change. Of course, it's sad. Especially if someone that of course it's sad. You mourn, you're in sadness. You know what I'm saying? You feel sorrow. Of course. You know what I'm saying? You get angry sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You feel like, man, why him? You know what I'm saying? That was my dog. Why him, man? You know what I'm saying? Of course, you go through that period of time. But then afterwards, bro, it's like, hey man, it's just part of life, man. And you move on. It is what it is. Like that may sound harsh to some people, but that's just the truth, bro. That's how you gotta view it, because it's just a transition from the physical plane of existence to the spiritual plane of existence. That's literally all death is, man.
Yep. In its um what's in its basic form, because you broke up, well, not broke up, but you brought up Ephesians 4. I'll go to verse 31. Let all bitterness, well, let me go to verse 30. And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of the Most High, which by whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Now, of course, that verse itself is talking about, different context, but you get the point. Let all bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, and be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, and even as the Most High in Christ forgave you. So it's
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of understanding that you can't be bitter about certain things, especially things that happen outside of your
Your
control.
control, yeah.
Like that stuff right there. I mean, at the end of the day, anybody can pass away at any time. Like um none of us are exempt from that, unless that we're talking about the days of Revelation 7:1 through 8. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I can't go that far.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. So at the end of the day, you know, unless if you're talking about something like that, there is no guarantee for anyone to dodge um death, as far as we know, as the
Mm-hmm.
current generation, current life that we're all living. So at the end of the day, you can't be that, because that's like entitlement, basically. Like, you know, uh, uh, entitlement for the other person. Like, just because I like that person doesn't mean that you can't. I mean, that means that you can't speak on him or speak on her or whatever. No, 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 no. That person, nobody's entitled to um, being exempt from being rebuked for any reason. Now, yeah, be mindful of your rebuking, in the sense of actually addressing points, and whether that's right or wrong. But rebuking someone in its general sense is not an issue, whether that person is alive or dead. that's ridiculous. That's putting way too much that's putting way too much of your spiritual energy into another entity in the flesh, and that's vanity. So that's
Exactly.
not gonna work.
Exactly. And I mean, we even see it in mainstream society with these celebrities that get removed. I mean,
Hmm.
the major psyops that happened in 2020, Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, and then 2019 Nipsey Hussle. I mean, especially with Nipsey, that that shit, that
Yeah.
shit, nigga, that shit was wild,
Shit,
bro.
which one was worse, Compton or Wakanda? Oh man.
Both of them,
Woo!
bro. Both of them was just wild. How people, I'm saying, just kind of, I'm saying, started to really deify the images of those people or the legacies of those people per se. And I'm like I said, of course. Now I don't know why you'd be sad about a celebrity dying, but if it's someone in your family or it's someone, I'm saying that someone that that you're very close with, a friend, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Of course, you feel sad, you know what I'm saying. You grieve, of course, but the level of but deification should never be in the well, I'll say deification to the point where there's harsh stipulations set around what you can and cannot say. Now there's a level of disrespect, of course. You don't cross levels of disrespect. We're just talking all kinds of ill and just disgust on someone that's dead. Like that's just there's a bad taste to that. That's bad. That's in bad. That's doing things in bad taste. But
Yeah.
even but speaking things for edification purposes and like what can we learn purposes. You know what I'm saying, we start to put stipulations on things like that, that starts to delve into the realm of deification. Because then you start to go into, okay, now you can't say anything. Because if it's not,
Right.
there's of course, you shouldn't, I'm saying, be ragging on niggas, I'm saying, and speaking all kinds of ill will and just, malice against them when they die. That's just bad taste. You know what I'm saying? They're already dead, bro. Let it be. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But saying things for edification purposes, that's different. So when you start to put stipulations on both, then it's like, okay, you can't say anything. Now it's like they're you're putting someone on the level to where nothing ill or positive can be said. Like you shouldn't have a perspective on them. And it's like the only person who's meant to have that level of adulation and deification is the Most High. Where we're in no position to have an opinion on how He wants to do things. You know what I'm saying? Or His
Hmm.
perspective on things, or His legacy per se. We're in no or His aura. You know what I'm saying? The image of Him. We're in no position to, qualify to have an opinion on though on in that aspect to Him because He's the Almighty. So we start to do that with members of the flesh, men of the flesh. You start to place them on that same kind of level. Same like the brother said, that's vanity.
It sure is, man. I mean, at the end of the day, because I was gonna go back. I mean, because what you said about speaking on the dead in that sense of like being over emotional. I mean, I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you've seen the trailer to new Black Panther movie,
I ain't
but
watching that shit, bro. I ain't watching that.
me neither.
I ain't
But
watching that shit, nigga.
that's just funny, man. Apparently, it's been a trend for everybody that reacts to the trailer or whatever to start crying, right?
Of course.
Apparently, it's a whole trend. Like, if you look it up, there's been so many people that, in the thumbnail, they were crying. That maybe it's clickbait, maybe it's not.
Mhm.
But apparently, I don't know if you know that dude, that YouTuber Tyrone Magnus, right?
Yeah, I know what it
He,
is.
yeah, he didn't cry when he was looking at the trailer, right?
Mhm.
So apparently, he made a response video to people in his comment section, basically trying to cancel him for not crying, for basically not following the trend, not crying at all during the trailer. And it's like, guys, like you guys are really for it's one thing for as a man to be crying in any movie, right?
Yeah.
But a trailer,
A
come on,
trailer to
bro.
a movie, yeah.
A trailer,
That shit
come
was
on,
wild, bro.
bro. That's too much. That's just too much. You guys put your spirit way too much into a into a fictional character in an action. That's
The
way
aura
too
of a
much.
fictional character, bro.
It's like,
Like,
come on, man, that's too much. But what? That's what
man.
happens.
Uh, you know what's crazy, bro? Niggas will put their spirit into everything but the Bible, bro. The
Yep.
true understanding of the Bible. Let me say that. Let me put the asterisk there. The
Yeah, we
true
gonna do.
understanding of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will put their spirit
Shout
into
out to
everything
Gino.
but that. Man, no, we ain't gonna.
Yeah,
We might,
yeah, we gonna do it another day.
that's
Well,
another
shout
day,
out to
bro.
Gino. That's like,
Yeah, and also too, before we get started to get in the main portion of the video, even though this was very important to touch on as well, just from the the perspective on proper perspective on death situation. But hey, tomorrow we got the big one. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we got the live
dig.
stream going down on Spirit of David channel,
Woo!
man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that y'all brothers who are over here for the most part are probably subscribe to this channel as well, especially with this channel being my backup and not having as many people on over on this channel. I'm sure all y'all subscribe to his channel, man. We got the main event. This the undercard right here, bro. We got the main event over there tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're
Wait,
really
it's
gonna
gonna
go
be on. It's
ham.
gonna be on D-Ben's channel.
Yes, on Deviant's channel, yeah.
Oh shit! This shit. You know this shit, big. That nigga. That nigga D-Ben ain't. He ain't thought about doing a YouTube video in months. Now all of a sudden he go, oh
We finna
shit,
go ham
it's
tomorrow,
going
bro.
down for real.
We finna go ham, bro. We finna so y'all be on the lookout for that video tomorrow, bro. We finna go ham over there at
Woo!
2 o'clock Eastern. You know what I'm saying? And really light it up tomorrow. So y'all don't want to miss that. So but let's go
Yes,
ahead and get
sir.
into the main event of this video. And let's go ahead and break it down. But before we do, I want to say shalom and shout out my brother Turner Classic 86. Appreciate you coming through once again,
My
bro.
boy Mac, man. He
Yes,
always in
sir.
the
Yes,
building,
sir.
man.
Always in the building. You always welcome here, brother. Always showing love, showing support, coming through, man. Appreciate you, brother. Once again.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out to G Israel 144. Appreciate you coming through once again, bro. Shalom to you,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Much love to all the brothers that come through and watch this live stream. And so let's go ahead and get into it. And like I said, man, before we even touch on this, man, rest in peace to this brother. I don't know this dude, so rest in peace to him, man. And hey, it's unfortunate. This is an
Yeah.
unfortunate story. What happened to the dude? Let's get into it.
We have breaking news out of Polk County this morning. Police are investigating a deadly crash that happened overnight. Authorities say the driver died after crashing into a tree. This happened on County Line and Swindle Road in Lakeland. Now, we do have weather, traffic, and more news ahead, including this. I'm Brittany Muller. The Hillsborough.
So as y'all can see, before the brother who's narrating the video, before he goes into it, see the title, it says, a driver dies after running stop sign, crashing into tree in Lakeland, Florida, by Tampa. Yeah, so this brother, he was his name was Kahan. That was his name on Instagram. He was in this camp called Prophet, as you can see probably right here at the top of the video. It says Prophets in Babylon. That's the name of their camp. He was a member of this camp. He eventually left the camp, and he did lead the truth as well. Like I said, I don't know all that went down with this particular situation. I just was looking at it from a spectator point of view. And if what the brothers are saying is what happened with him in regards to how he chose to move and things like that, you know what I'm saying? Then I understand the animosity they have towards him. I get it. I understand it because I said that was some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But ultimately, as we can see, this brother did not have a good ending to his life. Crashed into it. That's a terrible way to go out. Crashing into a tree at a young age. The brother wasn't. He was a young brother. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but hey, these are things that happen when you decide to take on a lifestyle of destruction. And as black men, we got to stop associating ourselves with lifestyles of destruction. I get it. We come from them environments. I get it. That's what's promoted to us in mainstream media. I get it. That's what the hoes want. I get it. I understand. But the end is not gonna be good for you, bro. This shit like this that happened to this brother, this is what happens. Nigga was young nigga, crashed to a tree.
Proverbs 16:25. There is a way that seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So
Hey,
I mean, hey,
perfectly summed it up.
I don't even have to explain that.
Hey, yeah, the scripture speaks for itself, bro. I mean, that's as
That
plain
one
as it
speaks
get
for
right
itself.
there, bro.
That
As
one
plain
speaks
as
for
it get
itself. I
right
ain't got
there, man. That's as plain as it get.
it. I mean, do I need to say more?
I mean, hey, the scriptures can say it better than we can. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
let's continue.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Call Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son. In the name of the Holy Spirit. My name is Ibar.
Brother Ball.
Friend of Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. We give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Real quick, you see in this article, it says a driver dies after running stop sign crashing into tree in Lakeland. Okay. And this driver, okay, happened to be a man that we once knew. All right. This man was actually a part of our camp at one point in time. All right. And he left not on good terms. When he left, he turned out to be a demon, and he said some, very evil things to brothers, and then eventually he became a scoffer. The man was going on our pages, tagging us and calling us all types of different derogatory terms. There's a brother in our camp who actually got burnt. The brother Daniel, he got burnt, by fire. He got in an accident. He got.
And if any of y'all don't know what he's talking about, this is the tall brother right there in the back. That's who we're referring to. The tall brother in the back with the beard. He has burns. I don't know this brother's story. I followed them on Instagram, so I know about the situation. The brother has burns all over his body from some some fire that he got caught in, I guess a while back. I'm not sure, and if I remember correctly, he was in the hospital for like a year. You know what I'm saying? Or bedridden for like a year, rehabbing from that series of burns that he got. So that's a serious situation. Like those brothers still has those scars to this day, and they're never gonna leave him. And it's it's unfortunate. But yeah, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about that brother right there, the tall brother in the back with the beard.
Burnt.
Shout out to him.
Really carried those scars.
I just want to say shout out to him for making it through that and still having some calm, positive mind about life. Because a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. So,
and that's the thing too. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do that and still revere the Most High. We gotta throw that in there. So shout out to this brother right here, because a lot of people that would have happened to them, man, they was I don't even want to say it, but they would say, you know what I'm saying, man, bump this. You know what I'm saying? That's what they would say. So shout out to that brother right there for maintaining his integrity and his faith towards the Most High. Even though he was in a very unfortunate situation that has scarred him for life.
Yeah.
Literally.
For the rest of his life. And his brother told that brother in an accident he got burnt. Actually got derogatory terms. There's a brother in our camp who actually got burnt. The brother Daniel, he got burnt. By fire. He got in an accident. He got burnt. And the brother carried those scars.
Matter of fact, let me get a precept real quick. Let me go to the book of Job real quick. That precept just popped in my mind. Let me go to the book of Job. It is Job chapter 13 and verse 14. Verse 15. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. So, hey, like I said, shout out to this brother right here. That was definitely a slaying situation. You know what I'm saying? Getting burnt up like that and having to be in rehab for so long and having those scars and that pain that comes along with that. I mean, shit, pretty much on a daily basis, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about the pain and just seeing your body, but also physically having to rehab from that, and physically, you know, saying your skin being affected by that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you have to be careful with your skin, being out in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Just the things that you put on your body, you know, your clothes, and you just have to be. I mean, think about it. You got an open wound. You got to, of course, you know, it rehabs, but you got an open wound on your entire body, and it takes a long time. Your whole life changes after that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Forever. You know. So shout out to this brother right here for maintaining his integrity. You know what I'm saying? Just like our forefather Job, maintaining his integrity, you know, and his trust in the Most High, even though he was in a very unfortunate situation. That's the mindset we got to have, because you know what's coming. You know, into this world. You know what I'm saying? We know what's coming. We're gonna all go through that tribulation, the Jacob's trouble, the time of tribulation that's gonna come upon the whole world. And we don't know what kind of situation we're gonna be in. We're gonna have to still maintain that integrity. So you could say this brother got an upper hand, man, than all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so of course all of us have been in situations where we've had to endure hardships, we have to endure tough moments and tough situations. But I mean, I can say that I've never been in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, my physical, now of course we've been in physical situations, but like think about having a burn on your entire body, like that affects every single thing in your life. Because even if you're in a tough situation where you may in a tough situation in a bad environment, you may have to, you know, go a couple of days where you don't have, you know, food. You may have to fast for a couple of days because you can't afford to eat, or you know, such and such would happen. Yeah, I mean, those are things that are tough. Or you may be in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, your life may be in danger for whatever reason, whether it be some nigga shit, whether it be, you know, you were caught up in a bad environment at the wrong time, whether that be, you know what I'm saying, you in a bad car accident, or whatever the case may be. You know, all those things are very, very tough, but those are things where your body physically may not be as severely impacted for a very extended period of time. You know what I'm saying? When your body is burned, like I've had burns, we've all, you know, got burned in situations. I had a burn one time on my forearm, and you know, that was very, very painful. That was just on the top of my wrist. You know what I'm saying? Think about your entire body being burnt like that. That's very, very tough, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, shout out to this brother. But let's continue.
The rest of his life, and his brother told that brother, you know, who he was staying with at the time, you know, I'll burn you again, you know. And he told us that he'll come to our camp and shoot brothers, you know. The man turned out to be a total demon, and we was nothing but a brother to this man. Okay. So obviously after that we put curses up on the man. Okay. We had to rebuke him in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and he was eventually cast. He was casted off. Okay, and he was in the world, you know, doing, you know, pretty much his own thing. Okay, and then it was only a matter of time before the Lord brought judgment upon the man. Okay, this is the vehicle that he was in. Okay, he got totally wrecked, and in the article it says a vehicle was traveling at high rate of speed, when it blew through a stop sign and hit a tree in Lakeland, killing the driver. And we believe, you know, that more than likely this man committed suicide. He was a very troubled, you know, brother, you know.
So before they go into some of the background on that brother, like I said, you know, I didn't know this dude, so I didn't have no specific, you know, opinion about this, but you know what I'm saying, just basing off what they're saying this brother did, like I said, if what they're saying is correct, I completely understand a whole lot of animosity pointed that way. I mean, you told the brother who got a burn on his body, I'm gonna burn you again, nigga. That's nigga.
Ooh.
That's
nigga, a dig.
That's man. You talking about you gonna go up to the camp and shoot brothers? Like, yeah. And I mean, hey,
I don't think that's what bleakied up at camp means, man. Come on, man.
That's not the meaning.
That shit too far.
That ain't the meaning of having sticks at camp right there, bro.
That shit too far. That's too far. That nigga took bleakied up at camp a little too far, bro. Like, god damn, man. Gonna go back to the camp and shoot niggas up like that? Damn. For what? Niggas do to you, bro.
I want to get this right here.
They must did something.
Yeah, well, we gonna touch on that. You know what I'm saying? In regards to some of the underlying reasons why some of these situations may happen and may come up. that's important for brothers to keep in mind. But I want to hit this precept right here because, hey man, everything comes back to you, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no whether you want
Yeah.
to call it karma, or you want to call it judgment, or you want to call it, um, indignation, or you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call it. You don't escape nothing. You know what I'm saying? It comes back. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
when I say that, I'm talking about in regards to your wicked deeds. This is the book of
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs, chapter 18, and verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. I mean, hey,
Yep.
I mean, that's another one that just speaks for itself right there.
I know it.
You know,
I mean, it's that simple. It's
that's
that
simple, bro.
fucking simple, man.
I mean, you see what happened, brother. On some, I'm finna roll to the camp and shoot niggas. I'm gonna burn you again like you got burnt before. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And now the
That
brother
shit
dead.
evil.
You know, that's not
That
funny,
shit evil
bro.
as hell. I mean, it's not funny, but it is because it's like,
It's
nigga,
like,
why?
damn, nigga, like, what you expect to happen, dog?
Like, why, bro? Like, for what, nigga? What did niggas do to you, bro? What did they do? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is there anything that is said in the video that was just like, oh man, okay, now I see why that nigga's so vindictive. Like, and it's like, damn, bro. It's one thing to leave any type of group, but to be on that level of
Yeah,
being vindictive to where you literally gonna take a dude situation and try to flip it on him, saying you gonna burn him again, like, and then you gonna shoot up the camp. What is this? Set it off part two? Like, come on, bro, relax, like, let it go. But
yeah, bro.
I don't know. Maybe they must did something crazy. I don't know, cause that's crazy that he's spitting out that type of strong language against them just because he left the camp. It's like,
And I'm
damn,
glad you
bro.
said that, bro. I'm glad you said that because we're gonna touch on that. In regards to some things that may cause, of course, it's not justified, but may cause brothers to go in that direction because of certain
Yeah.
understandings or misunderstandings that they may have personally. But like the scripture says, to find out that point, hey man, the tongue is powerful, bro. The tongue, your thoughts, your mind, your energy, your spirit, that's very powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? It all works
Hmm.
together too. What comes out of your mouth is what's in your heart. What's in your heart is what's in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They all work synergistically. So you spewing out a bunch of ill will towards brothers, ill sayings, talking about you gonna do this and you gonna do this and you gonna do this. Hey man, next thing you know, what you said was gonna happen to other brothers that you was gonna do, that shit gonna happen to you. And it's a prime example.
Death,
Hmm.
destruction.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
This is the result of a life, you know what I'm saying, of destructive thoughts and destructive energy. Like I said, as black men, we gotta get out of that mindset. Death and destruction is not cool. It's not. It's disgusting.
Especially over what, petty reasons. Like,
Exactly.
if you're gonna be down that road, it better be for like something that is definitely quote unquote justified from a
Hmm.
terrestrial sense. Like, somebody's trying to come after your family, things that, like, something of that severity. But you
Something that
just so
would have
happen
some.
to
No, go
yeah,
ahead.
like, yeah, something of that severity, something of that
Hmm.
seriousness. But that's more so from the sense of protection, not
Yeah.
because you left some group and y'all just had some disagreements, and the next thing you know, you talk about burning motherfuckers and putting letting them eat bullets for breakfast. It's like, hold on, cuz, like, what the for what? Like, what could have possibly led you to that level of violent, either violent language or violent actions? Like, it's just not, people come and go.
Hmm.
It's not that serious to be. But that's what happens when you put so much focus onto things in the physical,
Yeah.
in the terrestrial, in the flesh. When those things leave,
Hmm.
you really have no idea what to fuck to think, and that usually leads to rage. And as the scriptures tells us, he blessed is he is slow to anger, is greater than the mighty. So I know it's in Proverbs right now, I just can't remember. But he who is slow to anger is greater than the mighty. So you can't be walking around trying to be almighty all goddamn day, trying to be violent against everybody and things of that nature. You got to be way more. You got to be way more of a peacemaker in these times, as in Matthew the 5th chapter. So that sense of understanding that people come and go, especially in the flesh, people, things, objects, whatever, they all come and go. But that knowledge of the Most High is going to be stability of your times, i.e., Isaiah 33:6. So this notion that you gotta burn up, that you gotta burn motherfuckers alive or spray up a camp just because y'all had y'all differences between one another. That's not friendly at all. That's not someone that doesn't sound like somebody who was ever focused on being friendly. Was it Proverbs 18:24? A friend showeth himself friendly, and there's a friend that's closer than a brother. Like that's not you being friendly. If y'all have a disagreement, all of a sudden you just willing to go off and talk about how you gonna burn motherfuckers and then put bullets in their head. Like that's not somebody that's showing themselves friendly. That's not being a peacemaker. That's showing a very dark that's showcasing a very dark quote unquote satanic energy inside of you, and that's not gonna get you anywhere.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Like that. All that. Well, I mean, it is gonna get you somewhere. You at the grave, nigga.
Oh yeah.
That's
The spirit world.
The spirit world, nigga.
That's where it's gonna get you.
It's gonna get you.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna get you, bro.
Exactly. Man.
Yeah. Hopefully you're satisfied with your life. Hopefully you're satisfied with your life, because that's where you're going.
Hopefully, hopefully the Most High has mercy on you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I don't know. I mean, we don't know where to do this now. We don't know where his resting place is in terms of, you know what I'm saying, his resting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, you know what I'm saying, the brother, I don't know what his judgment is going to be. So can't really speak on that in terms of knowing exactly what's going to happen. But like I said, I understand why they're saying in this video, the sentiments that they're pointing out. If what they saying in this video is true, I understand their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Just because that was some crazy, wicked shit this brother said and did to those brothers, if that was the case. But
right.
I want to get this precept right here, bro, just to piggyback off your point. This is Proverbs 15 and 1. Actually, you know what? Let's watch more of this video, then we'll get into some more points later. I want to get through this.
And though it didn't end well, hey, the Lord, call he ultimately had to call him home. All right, he ultimately had to call him home, and this is what happens whenever you go
screen glitching like this
against the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh judge. I was wrong, but man. And the Lord ultimately,
I guess this is how this shit gonna be.
Brought judgment upon this man, and he's no longer here. Okay, and
got done fighting, man.
Now the screen is glitching right now, but this is the dude that. So yeah, you see what I'm talking about with the lines and all that.
Yeah, I thought that was they shit.
No, I think it has something to do with my computer because I can see it clearly on my phone. So I don't know,
okay. Well, let me watch it there then.
Let me see something. Let me exit the full.
I mean, if I can hear it,
you can still hear it. Yeah,
I should be able to hear. Yeah, I can still hear it. Let me see if I can see it clearly on my phone. No, I cannot see it clearly on my phone.
Oh, you can't? No, I'm talking. No, can you? I'm talking about. Can you see it clearly? The actual video, not the live stream.
Oh well, yeah, I can see the video and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. I can't see the actual. I see that little glitch, the squiggly line, whatever. Yeah, I see that. I mean, everything's still clear on the YouTube and stuff like that. That's why I thought that was the video itself.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's just what it is on the stream end. But I mean, it's still playing, so we can still hear it. So. whatever.
All right. Yeah.
You boys done brought it. Got done fighting, man.
So you can't see the video right here in the live stream, but this right here, this is the brother that died. This is him talking right now.
Okay.
You boys done brought it. I thought I was wrong, bro. I thought I was souped up. Nah, I was all right, man. I hit bro with a few good shots, but man, that boy caught me at least 10 times, man. Had my shit seeing stars, boy. Like I was in the Milky Way, boy.
The hell?
So you see, this is the man, you know, after he left the camp, he started hanging out with Edomites. He started going back into the world, doing things of the world. Okay. And then we rebuked him and told him, hey, if you do this, the Lord's going to kill you. Okay, the Lord's going to kill you. You know, he said that, you know, it ended on bad terms. He said that he was going to, you know, pull up to the camp and try to fight and shoot brothers and this, that, and the third, you know. And, you know, we like I said, we sent curses up. And, you know, ultimately the judgment, the Lord's judgment came on his time. Okay. I got a precept. You want to grab some first? It says, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Okay, and this man turned out to be a scoffer. Okay, we thought he was a brother and we treated him, you know, as such, but eventually he turned against us.
Let me see something. Let me try this real quick. Let's see something. Quick intermission. Let's see. All right, cool. So I'm playing it on a different channel now. Do this. You can see this now?
Yep.
All right, cool. We'll play it. We're running from here then.
All right.
You want to grab some first? It says, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Okay, and this man turned out to be a scoffer. Okay, we thought he was a brother and we treated him, you know, as such, but eventually he turned against us and he, you know, became a scoffer. He was talking shit about the truth. He cursed Yahweh Shai in the name.
Now, if that wait,
names.
now if that is true, if that's true, and I hope that it is true because they saying it's true. That's not something to play about, and not which I don't see any reason why they would play about something that serious. So that's true. If that's true, damn.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah. I don't. I don't know what to say to you then, homie. I ain't nothing. Hey, ooh. I don't even like saying that in the sense of like talking about somebody else. Like that's severe right there, man. That's severe language. Foul language right there, man. I can't even help you there. You saying stuff like that, can't help you there, dog. Can't help you there.
I mean, if it's gone that far for you, where you're gonna utter such grievous words, I mean, there's no help at that point in time. Like, you know, you've already written out your judgment. You've already laid the foundation for your judgment at that point in time. It is what it is, bro. Like, it's, I mean, serious repentance, you know what I'm saying, is the only thing that can fix that. But especially, it's one thing to just say that and like say, you know what I'm saying, such and such God, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, CURSE, and then say, you know, God or whatever. That's one thing, but to actually say it out in the names.
No way. Not me. Can't do it. Can't do it. You
Man.
can't do something like that, man. That does not work at all. So hopefully they are not. Hopefully they are saying the absolute truth here, and they're not bearing false witness to this,
Yeah,
because that is
for something of that degree.
that's a serious accusation. That's a
Yeah.
serious statement to make. That is about as the quote unquote pinnacle as it gets. Like, I don't know too much things that's worse than that. So
I mean, you've pretty
mhm.
much just become a Job's wife at that point in time. You
Yep.
know, you know what I'm saying. But the unfortunate part for him is that, you know what I'm saying, you are a man with wisdom. So it's a different level because you were a man with proper understanding and proper wisdom, or presumed to have proper understanding and proper wisdom, and to completely turn away. Like that's why the scriptures say about the dog return to his vomit. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
say it's better to not even come into the understanding of the knowledge. You know, and which they're gonna touch on that in this video too. But I want to get this preset right here because nothing goes unseen, man. Nothing, you can't just play around with these certain things. Nothing goes unseen. This is Proverbs
Hmm.
15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge of right, but the mouth of fools pour out foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Like you can't get away from saying shit like that, bro. And like that's why the scriptures talk about that soft answer turning away wrath. And really, let's go into
Hmm.
that soft answer because you went into Isaiah 33:6 earlier, going to wisdom and knowledge being the stability of our times. That's not
Hmm.
just in Jacob's trouble. That's in our everyday life, bro. Even
Yeah.
now, that's in our everyday life right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just in maintaining our integrity, maintaining our stability of mind, maintaining, of a mindset of somewhat peace as much as we possibly can. You know what I'm saying? And allowing the wisdom of and the knowledge of the scriptures to be that resting place for us from the world. You know what I'm saying? And of course the brotherhood and things of that nature as well. Allowing that to be, and whatever peace you have in your life, allowing that to be the resting place. But starting with the wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures, man. That's not just in Jacob's trouble, but in our life right now as we're headed into that time period, as well. And the same thing with that soft answer. It's not just about, quote unquote, turning of the cheek. That's a misconstrued concept from the Christian church as well. But that's a whole nother video for another day. But it's not just about, what I'm saying, just, oh, this nigga did this, he stepped on my shoes, I'm gonna not go ham on him, or what I'm saying, he did this to me, he spoke on this and spoke on that, and I'm gonna not go off from nigga. It's not just about that, even though you should exercise that as well and just be prudent in every way where you go. You bump into someone, hey, but my bad, you know what I'm saying, my bad, brother. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just,
Hmm.
what I'm saying, just walking away, or if someone bumps into you, you're not trying to fight the nigga. You say, hey, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, what I'm saying, go that far, hey man, just watch where you're going, you know what I'm saying? Like that, just keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? Or brother apologize to you for something. Hey bro, yeah, I appreciate it. You keep it moving. That's what that
Hmm.
soft answer is in those situations. But it's not just about that. It's also about how you react to certain situations once they've gone awry.
Yep.
It's not just about prevention. It's about how you react. It's not just about the soft answer in regards to preventing situations, but it's also the soft answer in regards to how you react once things are already circled the drain. How you react once things have already. Are you a ticking time bomb just trickling down and trickling down and trickling down to where you're nothing? That's what it's about as
Hmm.
well. Because you don't have the capacity to have that soft answer in regard to how you react to things after they've already disseminated, then you're just gonna circle the drain over and over and over and over and over again. You're just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where you end up, as a scripture say right here, but grievous words stirring up anger, saying those grievous words because you're so angry, you got so much hatred inside of you towards something, towards someone, because
Hmm.
you didn't have that soft answer in your reaction. You got so much hatred, so much anger, where you start saying shit like the brothers did, if what he's saying is true. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's when you get that like you just said, you got to have that. You got to get that soft answer internally, so that way it can lead to giving you a soft answer um externally, because it's all about, we got to survive in these times to the best of our ability, and you don't want to perish because of something that you can that you can control.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to guard yourself against those things, because at the end of the day, you know, we're all going to come into judgment for the things that we were supposed to control in our lifetime. So this sense
Mhm.
of understanding that, oh man, I got to get back at these guys. They did this to me, they did that to me, or whatever it is. We haven't even gotten to that point yet about what could have possibly they could have done to lead him towards that mentality per se. But at the end of the day, it's all about personal responsibility. Every man's going to get judged on his own work. So at the end of the day, just because somebody did you dirty or you perceive they did you dirty doesn't mean that you got to go out of your way to try to be angry and all high and mighty against them, because you so flabbergasted at whatever they did or you perceive they did. That's only going to lead to your own destruction, as in Proverbs 16:25, as I said before. So
Like you said, it leads to your own destruction at the end of the day, because ultimately you're the one that has final say so over what goes down. You know what I'm saying? You can say, yeah, well, they did this, and yeah, well, they did that, and all that may be true, bro. But how did you react to the situation? That's what it is. All that may be true. Niggas may be coming for your neck, bro. Niggas may be trying to guide you into believing and, acting a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Niggas may be trying to coerce you into having a certain mindset that may lead you down a dark path. But how did you react to it?
Hey,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
like Drake said, I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me in this energy. They trying to take away from a nigga. Trying to fuck with the kid and pray for you, nigga.
I got girls in real life trying to fuck up my
Fuck up my
day.
day.
I got niggas that could never leave Canada
It's
too.
true. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, hey, hey, but it's real though. It's real.
real. It is real, bro. Like it's fact.
The hook
bro.
is real. Trying to drain you this energy, man. So, but you can't let that shit bother you to the point where you like this dude hanging out with totally different people, and they got you, completely thrown off track from a discipline standpoint. Nah,
Exactly.
you can't do that, because I mean that you putting that type of energy in the air, you putting that energy of death in the air, that shit more times than not comes back to you. So it's unfortunate, but you know, when you understand the ways of the Most High through the scriptures and things of that nature, you're not really moved anymore. You understand that everything, all these things are just opportunities for you to learn what's important. So
Exactly. Because think about it, bro. Like going back to that wisdom, knowledge, and stability part. Like if you have the foundation of the scriptures rooted in you, like we're gonna touch on this a little bit later, but a brother like this, like if you're capable of going, like, I want to say this tread light with this, because anyone's capable of anything at any given time. But
yeah,
if you have a easier tendency, I about to say, to switch sides like that so quickly and so subtly and so abruptly, and also so emphatically with the direction, like they were saying in the video, he was hanging out with all Edomites. What is that? Really think about that, bro. He went from a crowd full of Israelites to a crowd full of Edomites. What does that really show? That really shows that exactly a heavy vindictive energy. Like I want to get all that I've immersed myself in off of me to the fullest extent. I'm gonna literally go the 100% opposite direction to try to get what I just immersed myself in off of me. All that I want to get all that energy off of me completely. So I'm gonna immerse myself in what those brothers over there told me was wrong. I'm gonna go to that direction.
Yep. Like just absolutely, like you couldn't have done any more. You couldn't have been any more against your camp. I'm not gonna say completely against the Most High per se through the scriptures, because that's a whole nother issue within itself. But you definitely was so focused on going against everything that your camp, your brotherhood stood for. And I mean, hey, life is all about choices. So
Mhm. You
you
get the
gotta
final
you gotta
say at
eat
the end
that.
of the day. Exactly. You got to eat that, and unfortunately, he did. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you got
he
to
ate that big time.
big time, bro. Like that's a wild way to go out. That's an unfortunate way to go out, bro. In a big car crash, run into a tree. Like these brothers said, they think that he might have committed suicide, man. So
Maybe.
it could be the case. You know what I'm saying? Which that's a demon in itself, right there, in terms of the suicide demon. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother
Hmm.
conversation. But um, the main point is though, bro. That's why it's so important to be immersed in the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, on a principle and a foundational level where you're understanding it, you know what I'm saying, your spirit is becoming one with it. Because when you're just putting on an act, when you're just faking the funk, when you're just doing something to try to impress other people, this, you know what I'm saying, you don't fully get immersed in it, which means you're subject to change based off of the different variables.
Hmm.
Your mindset towards the scriptures is subject to change because of the intermediate variables may change. Your perception of the variables that's in between may change. You see what I'm saying? If you're,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. So if you feel some sort of type of way towards the people that will give you the message, if you're not fully rooted in the message itself, but you're more rooted in the people delivering the message, then your perception of the message could change because of the people delivering it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's why being rooted in the message, being the scriptures, is the most important thing, not being rooted in people delivering the message. Because a man is subject to change at any given time. Your perception of a man is subject to change at any given time. How you may
Right.
feel towards a man is subject to change at any given time, no matter what situation. You may just wake from the wrong side of the bed, this nigga do something you don't like, next thing you know, you beefing with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course,
Exactly.
you shouldn't be so emotional to the point where those things happen, but you know what I'm saying? But it happens. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a victim of this. I'm a victim of that shit myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. But you know, at the end of the day, of how you can avoid things from falling to a cataclysmic, you know what I'm saying, downturn is by being rooted and immersed in the message, not the messenger or the
Hmm.
messengers per se. And that's really like the scripture. That's what it said. The scripture said using knowledge and right. You know what I'm saying? Where wisdom spews out of your tongue, where wisdom is embedded in you, where wisdom becomes a part of you, instead of you know what I'm saying, using wisdom to try to portray a perspective of yourself. Are you using wisdom to grow and to learn and to understand, or are you using wisdom to project and put on and propagate a certain perspective of yourself? You gotta ask yourself that question.
Hmm.
Because like the
I
scripture says,
mean,
well, the eyes of the Lord are everywhere, seeing everything. So
yeah, like you can't that understanding of like uh what's the best way of putting this? Understanding that nothing's guaranteed in the flesh, man. You gotta
yeah,
what is it? That's what I was gonna say. Just get to the point. That's why you must isolate.
yeah,
Isolation is so important because you have to understand you have to understand the knowledge of the Most High for yourself. It can't just be something that, oh well, you know, I have a bunch of friends or I have this big brotherhood and uh that's how I stay committed to the Most High. That actually goes against that's actually a contradiction to what's it, Sirach 39 and 1. Let me see. Make sure. Sirach 39. Yeah, verse 1. But he that giveth he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and the occupied and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men and their and where subtle parables are, Salakia, he will be there also. He will seek out he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and the conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He shall travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his son, for his sins. Slaki. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. He shall direct his counsel in knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. He shall shew forth, and he shall Salakia. He shall shew forth that which he hath learned, and shall glorify in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Many shall condemn his understanding, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. Now, as I've read this, as I was reading this by myself before, I did come quickly to the understanding that this is, you could say that this is prophetic, talking about the Mashiach, Yahushua himself, because he literally fulfills this. Those of us that have a true understanding of the New Testament, he literally fulfills all of these things in Sirach 39 verses 1 through 9. Probably the whole chapter, but I just want to get that point. But even then, like, we're supposed to be focused on the pathway of the Mashiach, the pathway that Yahushua set up for us. So everything here from a learning standpoint, because of course none of us is on the spiritual level of Yahushua the Mashiach, but that pathway, it gives us a very basic understanding in Sirach 39 how we can follow the same thing, because everybody knows that has understanding the New Testament. Yahushua the Mashiach, he always isolated himself every chance that he got. Why? Because he understood that his mind had to be focused on the Most High, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who sent him at all times. So that way, when it was time for him to go out amongst the multitudes and deal with whether people that had what's the word for it, good energy or good intentions, they were able to what's the best way of putting it? They were able to, what's the word I'm looking for? He was able to, of course, deal with them smoothly, but also with those that had evil energy or evil intentions. He was able to conduct himself in a proper manner. A lot of, maybe, a little rebuking, of course, but also, when need be, give that soft answer. So that way, he's not going out of his way to bring wrath upon himself, because at the end of the day, he already knew that wrath was coming anyway from other people that was going to disdain him anyway, to fulfill prophecy, if you will. So at the end of the day, that energy was going to come to him anyway, but he understood that he couldn't go out of his way to invite that type of energy into his spirit, because the more you invite that energy into your spirit, i.e. your mind and your soul, you don't know where that would go. Like, to literally hang out with a totally different crew just to be clearly vindictive towards the brotherhood that you just came from. I mean, that's worshiping. That's basically you worshiping people, because in your mind you think that, if I do this, that's going to get their attention. That's going to get them so mad and all types of stuff. And it's like, dude, but you inviting that much energy towards you for what? Like, what do you solve when you try to be that vindictive towards other people? And we've all been there to various degrees, where certain fallouts happen, whether it's family, friends, and in your mind, you're like, oh man, I should do this. I should do this because this will really make them mad. This really make them salty. But at the same time, it's like at some point you do come to the conclusion, hopefully, that I mean I could do this, but what's really the point, man? Like that's
Exactly.
just energy and time wasted on something that very well could have been geared towards something way more productive and spiritually responsible. So that
Exactly.
that vindictive spirit, or that where I gotta save that point because we actually haven't gotten to that part yet. But that's just in general. I'm just gonna say that's what happens with the a lot of times with being gearly towards a group think tank. But of course we'll expound on that later.
Come on, bro. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you've been hitting hard. My bad, I had to bounce for a minute, but I'm sure you've been hitting on some heavy hitting points in the last points that was able to catch that you said. I mean, everything that's all facts, man. That vindictive spirit will get you got. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
Hmm.
in your soul, you're trying to devise evil. You're trying to devise evil against other people by doing certain actions, and really you just devise evil against yourself. Because you're the one that's inviting all that negative and demonic energy towards you by your actions. You know what I'm saying, you don't even realize it, but you're inviting that energy from those other people. You know what I'm saying? You don't even realize that you're inviting those energy from the new people that you're wanting to be associated with at that point in time. You're inviting negative and demonic spirits from those people to be shed onto you. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If the pathway that you're wanting to now associate with is something that is the opposite of something that, like I said, I don't know these brothers specifically, but you know what I'm saying, brothers that try to do their best to live by a biblical standard, you know what I'm saying? What is the opposite of that gonna what's the opposite of that gonna be? If it's obviously, it's something that is the complete separate direction of the biblical of some sort of a biblical standard, then obviously, you know what I'm saying, it's you know what I'm saying, a wicked standard, you know what I'm saying, just a non, you know what I'm saying, pleasing to the most high standard of living, instead of actions, certain things like that. Think about what kind of
Right.
energy and what kind of spirits are being invited unto you because of the action that you choose to not partake in. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, the choice that you got to make at the end of the day. And you know what I'm saying, you're devising and bringing upon that energy towards you. That's changing how you calibrate things mentally. Think about it. When you're immersed in the scriptures and the wisdom, how you calibrate things is completely different. The way you react to things is different. The way you think about what's more important in the grand scheme of things is different. The importance that you put on how you choose to prevent yourself from getting caught up in bullshit is different. When the wisdom of the scriptures is your driving factor, you know everything about your thought process in life works different and and operates differently. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
literally look at life from a higher level perspective. You know what I'm saying? You start to move, differently and whatnot. If you go back down to a worldly standard, not all of that is removed. And you're moving just like every other nigga out here, you know what I'm saying? Just not
Winging
putting your
it.
just winging it, exactly. Not putting yourself in preventative situations, not reacting with a sense of wisdom and tact when things happen. Like the brother said in that video, said he was fighting. Now I thought I was souped up, got 2-3 good shots on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? But he got about 10 shots on me. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? When you remove yourself away from that protection of the Most High, which is that wisdom, by having that faith in Him, that protection, the Holy Spirit giving you proper wisdom to be able to avoid being put in places and situations that could be to your detriment. When you remove yourself from that, and you no longer got that hedge protection over you. Now you're not moving in a way that where you can prevent those things from happening. Next thing you know, you're getting caught up in the same things you might have been caught up beforehand, or even, you may not even be caught up in that shit, but because you're trying to remove yourself from the energy that you once inhabited, that being the righteous energy of the Most High, you're gonna go to the complete opposite way. It's just like when you may be in a chick may be in a bad relationship with with some dude. She wants to go to the complete opposite type of dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She wants to go to complete, like, the different archetype of a man. You know what I'm saying? To try to get rid of the energy and the essence of that one man that she has convinced herself to believe that has done her wrong in some way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's the same type of thing. It's the same type of shit with this. A brother like that want to get rid of the energy of the Bible, righteousness, wisdom of the Most High, being prudent about your situation, being prudent with how you move, and avoiding certain crowds and situations and whatnot. A brother might be wanting to rid himself of that energy, so now he's gonna go run towards that exact type of crowd he was trying to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Previously, that's how it goes down. Which is why the scriptures say, what's that? I mean, they're gonna touch on it later on in this video, but going into how the spiritual return you sent 7 times more and whatnot. It goes into that right there. It is what it is, man. So it's like I said, it's unfortunate, but hey, it's life.
Yep, that's part of the terrestrial experience, man. All right, those type of, because of course nobody's perfect, but those type of decisions that we make, if we're not focused on doing better and being better as terrestrial beings every day, that type of energy can always come back to you tenfold. So we always got to be prudent to that evil and hiding ourselves from it to the best of our ability, i.e. Proverbs 22:3. So if not, you're gonna end up in a epic car crash like this guy. So
yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, he denied the truth. He called us all types of names, and ultimately the Lord judged him, man.
And if I might add, me and this brother that is doing this lesson right now, me and Ibar, we actually went to high school with this kid, man. And he came to us seeking knowledge, and we brought him the truth. And like the brother said, we were nothing but a brother to him. And as he left, he said very harmful things. He offended brothers, and you know what the scriptures say about if you offend one of the little ones, man.
Yeah, and whenever we knew him in school, we, like brother said, we knew this man in school. We knew him for a long time, and he came into this thing, and he was cool for a little bit, and then he started just coming a demon. All right, he started becoming a demon. You got something?
This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai?" So, judgment starts at the Israelites, man. For all the Jakes that have rejected this truth or came into this truth and fell out, death is on your heels, man. The only reason we are kept alive is to push this truth.
That's right,
Us having this truth to even teach, that's mercy from Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. This guy right here, he was twice dead, man. He was dead in the world, woke up to the truth, woke up to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, fell out, and ultimately, met Yahweh Shai last night.
That's right.
His spirit got called up, and that's the scary part about it, man. If the Lord does not see you fit, or if the Lord has no more use for you, he's going to call you back to the spiritual realm, man.
That's right. And really the only reason why we're here is to do the work of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the only reason why we're still here. That's the only reason why we still have life and and breath in our lungs, to serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So once you turn from this truth, like the first scripture, once a man turns from the plow, you stop doing the work of the Lord and you go back into the world. The Lord has no more need for you, man. Okay, and then you you will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. Okay. I got Mark chapter 9 verse 42. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he were cast into the sea.
And the little ones is the elect, man, the hopeful elect, the brothers that are diligent in this truth. And he definitely offended the little ones, man. He offended pretty much every brother in this camp, man.
That's right. That's right.
We were nothing but a brother to him. And, he definitely, and like the elders and apostles always say,
I knew he was gonna say
he was the cool guy, so to say. But it's not about being the cool guy. Yeah, he had a personality. He was funny, but the cool guy isn't who the Lord's looking for, man. The Lord's looking for the diligent one.
That's
Okay,
right,
the
that's
ones
right.
that are gonna seek and serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua with all their mind, their soul. And he was not one of the elect, man.
That's right. That's right.
And he offended brothers.
Yep. Hey, and like brother said earlier too, when the school this man, and ultimately we he had a DUI, whatever, and we helped him get a job, and then eventually we helped him, get a whole place, and then he tried to sabotage that, and pretty much try to lead brothers, down and out. But through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, everything worked out. But this man left on very bad terms, and he ultimately had a very bad outcome. Okay.
I got something right here.
All right, so I want to stop right there because.
Well, disclaimer. Let's actually focus on the positive here. Like we said before, Proverbs 18:24, a friend must show himself friendly, and there's a friend is closer than a brother. So if what they said is true, and they actually looked out for him, helped him with his DUI, helped him get a job, helped him get an apartment, that's a great thing, because obviously certain brothers are down on their luck, and depending on certain parameters around his situation, he might not have been able to do those things on his own per se. So if you can help him out, that's a great thing. So I want to get that disclaimer out the way before we go.
I want to get this precept right here real quick. Now you're on that point. This is Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So that's what brothers are for, man. Brothers are there for the tough times, not just the smooth times. You know what I'm saying? Brother, we all at any point in time could be down on our luck, and it would be nice if while we're down on our luck, we have brothers to help us in those situations. Say it's a blessing from the Lord to be able to have brothers to be able to assist and be able to help you get yourself out of a tough bind that you may be in at that particular moment. That's what brothers are for. That's what the brotherhood is for. That's what brothers are for. If we ain't gonna have our backs, ain't no one gonna have our backs, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It just is. It just is what it is. I don't want to go into particulars with all that, but it just is what it is. We gotta look out for ourselves first and foremost, but then as brothers, we gotta look out for the collective of brothers because we're the only ones with our similar mindsets, the way we view the world, things of that nature. If you start to get into those things around a lot of people, then it's funny how the willingness to assist you goes down the drain as well. But that's a whole other conversation. So
ironically enough, right?
Exactly. That's why it's important for the brothers to be brotherly. That's why it's important for brothers to be, to be there for those adverse moments, those adverse times. Hey, bro, you never know when you're gonna need a brother. So you don't want to be the brother that's always being selfish, and so that don't never want to help. They'll never want to provide no counsel. They'll never want to provide no assistance. They don't ever want to provide no guidance, no spiritual understanding, or no money. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that brother. Yeah, you don't want to be that brother that never provides anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just take, and never give. And never give, man. Because every brother can't give. You know what I'm saying? In terms of finance, it ain't even really all about that. That's a part of it. But it ain't even really all about that. You know what I'm saying? So can you give in wisdom? Can you give in counsel? The counsel is more important than bread. You know what I'm saying? That's way more important than the bread is the counsel.
Hey, once again, man, Isaiah 33:6, the wisdom and stability of our time. So
facts. So can you give in some way? You know what I'm saying? To the brotherhood as a whole. And that's really what it's all about. The scriptures even speak about how charity, and what's that? 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Scriptures speak about how charity covereth sin. What's that charity? That's that love. love for your brother.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a Cain. You know, I'm not my brother's keeper. You don't want to be one of them niggas. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
goodness.
You want to be there for the adverse times. Brothers aren't tested when everything's smooth. Everyone can be brotherly when things are smooth. How are you when a
Mhm.
rock gets thrown into the fire? How are you when things
Mhm.
start to get ratcheted up a little bit? How are you at managing adversity in certain situations where disagreements may be there? How are you then? You know what I'm saying? Are you
Mhm.
still willing to provide counsel then? Are you still willing to provide understanding? Are you still willing to be there for brothers and they may be going through things in their personal life? They just need someone to talk to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Are you willing to be there then? That's when a brother really gets tested. Can you provide financially in terms of can you help a brother financially if need be? If you really
Mhm.
if you in a jam, you know what I'm saying? And you have some. Can you help that brother in that case if that's the case too? All of it, you know what I'm saying, matters. So that's what a brother is truly for. And if they were doing these things for this brother, then you know what I'm saying, then that was a good thing. That was a good act that they did. So we want to highlight the
Mhm.
positive as well because what we're about to start transitioning into, it's gonna sound like negative, but it's really just meant to give some sound understanding in regards to touching on every aspect of this because
Oh my
we can't just
goodness.
only touch on one aspect. We gotta touch on it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let a
Ah,
little bit more of this play, and then we gonna transition to that side. Unless you got anything more to say.
double honors.
Oh man, set the tone.
Set the tone.
This is
Oh,
1 John chapter 2 and 19. It says, I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. Khan, and at the end of the day, this truth is only for the elect, and whoever is not of the elect is gonna fall out and ultimately, meet their maker.
That's right.
Be put to death, man. I got something real quick also.
Hey, and this man, he had an affectionate love for Edomites. He was actually adopted. He had Edomite, adopted parents, which he could not let go of, man. So eventually he ran back to that, that side, and over there on that side, back in the world, we're gonna show you in this video too. All this is life and death, man. Death and destruction. Once you go back into the world, you are just entering into death and destruction. Though you try to make it seem like it's fun, hey man, hey, that's hell. Okay.
A lot of hirelings, man.
Got done fighting, man. You boys done brought it. I thought I was wrong, bro. I thought I was souped up. Nah, I was alright, man. I hit bro with a few good shots, but man, that boy caught me at least 10 times, man. Had my shit seeing stars, boy. Felt like I was in the Milky Way, boy.
Okay, so that's the part of the video where it starts to
okay, so that's their video.
yeah, so okay, so this day video. So let me do this. Let me go here. Let me exit out this tab.
Because I thought that was the stream, so it's really their video that I
Yeah,
guess it's something trying to blur out. I guess.
I guess so because it's done that on 2 separate times. That I've been on different YouTube pages, refresh pages, and all that. So let me go to the video
And just get past
and
that.
just skip past that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that nigga said I was. He said, "Man, yeah, I got about 4 times, but he hit me about 10." I don't know what the hell in the context that is, but whoo, that's a pretty lopsided scorecard, brother.
A nigga said he was fighting, so you know what I'm saying. He was saying how he said he thought he got swooped up. I mean, he thought he got robbed. And he was fighting some niggas off, I guess. Then
I
nigga said that
guess.
he he got 4-5 shots on the nigga, and the nigga got 10 shots on him and so he was seeing stars. So
Yeah, I hope it was niggas and not nigga, because that was a nigga, bro. God damn. Nigga, you suck, cuz. Nigga, you suck.
Man.
Your ass got that's a pretty lopsided scorecard, my guy. Like, god damn. Your ass might well should have been knocked out. Nigga say you see a star.
I'm saying, bro.
Woo.
Hey, while we on this page though, let me shout out some of these brothers. Hey, shout out to the brother yours truly. Appreciate you coming through once again. Yours truly, Shalom, bro. And much love for coming through, supporting the stream once again, brother. You're always coming through. You're another brother that's always in here, man. So appreciate you coming through. Shout out to the brother Spirit of David in the building.
Yeah.
Brother D-Bed in the building tonight, man. Shalom,
in the building tonight, boy.
Shalom, bro. Shalom. It's a great brother in this thing, man. So appreciate you coming through, bro.
Coming at. What'd you say? Oh, we good for tomorrow, man. Man, know we good.
Bro. You already know we straight for tomorrow, bro. Come on, man.
We in the building, man. You know we coming, man.
Hey, it's just the undercard, bro. Tomorrow the main event.
Coming to you live from beep. Like, we don't give out locations. You dig? We don't make it that easy, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, we good for tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow the main event, man. We gonna go hand tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, we would be a bunch of jackasses to be good for tonight, but not tomorrow.
Exactly, bro. This is just the warm up, but tomorrow the main event, dog. Tomorrow, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's unfortunate that we might have to put that nigga in a body bag, man.
Oh boy, R.I.P. man. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin tomorrow. I'm just gonna be thoroughly entertained.
I'm saying, bro. Hey, shout out to the brother RJ Dennis. Appreciate you coming through once again. RJ Dennis came through the last stream, so appreciate you coming through once again, bro. Shalom to you as well, my brother.
Shalom.
Shalom. That shit was funny.
Young Swift finna make an appearance.
Yes, sir. So we gonna be you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be on there, we're gonna be in there deep tomorrow, bro. So hey y'all.
Man, we make it, man. What's going on, man? How important could this video be? This nigga D been retired from YouTube. What's going on, bro? This nigga retired. He come back from retirement, bro. This shit a big deal. Last time I talked to him, he said he don't know when the fuck he gonna make his next video. Might have been 2023, man. This nigga said, fuck all that. I'm coming back now. What's going on?
Hey, man, when you know what I'm saying, when duty calls, man, and you gotta really set the record straight, you know what I'm saying, for the betterment of the nation in terms of you can't let, from what I've been hearing with that nigga, I didn't see the video, but I'm gonna watch it for the first time.
About 5 minutes.
But from what I've been hearing with that nigga Don, he been saying a whole bunch of shit that ain't been reacted. So the record got to be set straight. We gotta lay it down straight. We gotta lay it down straight.
Oh Donnie boy. Oh Donnie boy, yeah. I heard you messing up over there, boy. I heard you messing up, boy. Oh boy, you're lucky I didn't get on your ass last time, boy.
Hey, we tried to
you dodged that bullet last video.
We tried with the AD video, we tried to show the brother some mercy. I was just trying to get the brother some credit because I was like, damn, okay, he's speaking out against this. You know what I'm saying? He got the right standpoint, the right mindset at least. He got some of the breakdowns of the scriptures wrong, but he got the right mindset. That's the mindset that black men need to have when it comes to these issues. Okay, cool. Say the brother got the right mindset, but then since then, nigga, this has been a downhill slope, nigga.
I mean, because in that video I saw some shit, bro, and I was like, I want to say something, but we was already about 6 hours in, so you could do this shit all day. So unfortunately, but that's the spirit, man. We thought it was gonna be a one-time thing for old DSG, but nah, homie. We gotta do this again. But this time it's
to-
about you, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta set the record straight, bro.
Oh boy.
Bro. So yeah, also
We might be getting some emails. We might be getting some emails tomorrow from OD from DSG.
All the YouTube channels gonna be down.
Oh my God, man. Woo! But yeah, we gonna be there, man.
Be there, but for sure. But all of y'all, man, who are subscribed to this channel, who are not subscribed to Spirit of David, go subscribe to Spirit of David. We're gonna be over there tomorrow, cooking. So y'all don't want to miss this. Definitely go check out Spirit of David, subscribe, and get fed with that knowledge.
You better take your ugly glass over there.
Not just on the video we're gonna do it tomorrow, but all the knowledge the brother got over there on his channel, go get fed, bro. But
you did.
Shout out to yours truly. He said, I knew y'all was talking about Don. Yeah, he been wilding from what I heard. Yeah, bro. Apparently the nigga just been, you know what I'm saying? Apparently he just been speaking and not, really backtracking, being all over the place, been getting cooked by atheists, like,
Apparently, shit. No, you getting cooked by an atheist, girl?
That's the importance. And this kind of goes in hand to hand what we're talking about with this video, bro. It's the importance of getting rooted in this knowledge on a foundational level, and not just doing it to try to be some, some leader of a group, or try to be some speaker of a
figurehead or whatever.
Or figurehead, yeah, or you want to be clicked up with a specific group because of a title and a lore or a presence that they may have or a reputation that they may have. Nah, bro, you get this knowledge because it's important for you, and you need to understand it on a foundational level. You need to understand it on a deeper level. That way it sticks with you. That way you become one with the knowledge. So you become one with the understanding. Once you become one with something, it's hard for you not to see the value in it. That's the thing. You got to see the value in the scriptures, bro. You got to see the value in anything you see immense value in. You're gonna want to hold on to it. For example, if you really value a material thing, you're gonna do whatever you can to try to hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? You really value a watch that's been passed down through your family as a men. Your great grandfather had it. He gave it to your grandfather. Your grandfather gave it to your father. Your father gave it to you. That's very valuable to you. You're going to make sure you hold on to that for your dear life, bro. You're going to make sure that you always know where it is, bro. Now, that's just a watch in the flesh. How much more the understanding and the knowledge of the Most High? How much more of that? That's so valuable. That's the most valuable thing in the world, bro. So you got to value it so much that you never want to leave it behind. And how do you get to that level of value? You got to become one with it, man. You got to study it. You got to get to know it. You got to get to know its history. You got to get to know its understanding. You got to get to know its concepts. Same thing with the watch example. When you value the watch, because it has tradition behind it. It has history behind it. There's stories to tell about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so valuable. So with the scriptures, you got to know the stories behind the scriptures, the understanding of the laws, understanding of the prophecies, understanding of the books of wisdom, understanding the epistles to the best of your ability, all of it to the best of your ability. You understand the historical context, how it relates to people today, how it relates to other conventional history. You know what I'm saying? How it relates to prophecy and future events. That's one of the most important ones, especially in the time period we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like all of it, you got to immerse yourself in all that. You got to really immerse yourself in it. When you really immerse yourself in something, you become one with something. It means it's easier for you to value it. That's how we have to view the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? If you don't view it from that perspective, unfortunately, you end up being like dude, the brother that has unfortunately passed.
Yeah,
but
that's suffering from groupthink. I was gonna say that's what suffering from groupthink gets you. So
exactly.
Oh wait, was we gonna wait to tackle the
Yeah, I want to get this point right here in the video, and then we're gonna go into what we were talking about earlier.
The niggas that we supposed to give double honors to.
I'm glad we laid out first some of the
Yeah.
aspects, because what we about to say,
Yeah.
it's gonna sound like some hate shit. It's not, but niggas who don't, you know what I'm saying, niggas who
Don't
are
get it.
emotionally who are emotionally tied to a group or whatever, they're gonna view it that way. Unfortunately for them.
Him pretty much every
Triple
day,
on him.
and he would always say how he would start things, but he could not finish it. Even when he was in the world, he said, you know, he would do things and he could just not finish it. And really, that was doubt. So, you know, he doubted from the beginning, man. You know, and as the scripture says, they went out from us because they were just never of us, man. That's right. So if Jake falls out of this truth, they were just not of the elect, man. That's right. That's know?
That's right. You say he was doubting, and he was doubting from the beginning, and ultimately that doubt came out in the end, man. You know, now, hey, the man was a good actor, you know, and he actually, you know, he did some good videos, man.
Yeah.
You know, the man would do videos, and he did some very good videos. It was very edifying, you know, but at the whole time, it was just, you know, hey, he was not a man of the Lord, man.
It was an act.
That's right.
I got something real quick.
All right, so y'all heard that. So when we about to say it's not some hating shit. It's not some hating shit, bro. We about to say is, in my opinion, accurate. And you know what I'm saying? It's really just expounded on points that they mentioned in their video, bro. So before we go into this next phase of the video, I want to play a clip from the coldest editor in Israel, Ghetto Genius 144. I want to play this clip right here. You know, so it's crazy. We mentioned this on the last live stream that we did. Maybe 2 live streams ago, but we mentioned this on a previous live stream a while back, and it's crazy because literally, like, the things that we illustrate and outline in this video is the reason why things like this are said. So let's go ahead and tap into it.
Don't copyright YouTube. Don't copyright us.
The thing is, like, these shades of gray need to be understood, so that way.
Wait, hold on. You playing this in the video?
We don't become over righteous.
Because I don't see it.
I'm playing this on my phone.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
My phone, bro.
Go ahead.
Shades of gray need to be understood, so that way, in our time, we don't become over righteous, like, you know, a lot of these camps are, which is going to lead to a lot of the destruction amongst those members. I mean, some of them might make it out of that, but a lot of them won't, because they have no just weight and just balance. They have no sense of individuality. Like we was talking about in private the other day, yesterday, how everything they do, their camp name is attached to it. Yeah, and that's in your house. And that's in the kitchen.
Such and such in transit. Such and such at the job. Such and such.
IUIC in the bathroom.
Damn, dude. Like, you can't
ISUPK on the toilet. Like, come on.
You can't just do something and like not have your camp name attached to it. Like, it's just unfortunate, because the thing about it is, bro, that shit really leads to building up your own delusion of grandeur inside your own head. And when them things don't come to pass how you see fit, then that could lead you to turn your back on the Most High, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is why we say the things that we say, bro. Like, this is why. You know? I mean, I'm not saying this to brag or to boast, or, like I say, it's unfortunate this happened to this brother, but this is why those things need to be mentioned amongst Israel, because you just hear about the quote unquote positive aspects, or you hear about the teaching, the preaching, the edification, the videos, which is a great thing. But you got to understand, you got to get the full spectrum of it, because you know, if you're not careful, you can get caught up in the allure, you can get caught up in the act of something. Like you even hear in this video right here, the brother saying this video, you know, he made great videos, he made very edifying videos. Well, hey, brother, I mean, that's not really what it's about, man. You know, it's great to have edifying videos. It's great to make videos that brothers can relate to, that brothers can learn from. But that's not really what it's about at the end of the day. It's about you being renewed in your mind and your spirit. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about you putting on a new man that's renewed, that that's that puts off that former life, that's changed. You know what I'm saying? That's actively each and every day seeking for righteousness. You know what I'm saying? As much as you possibly can, while still maintaining the things you got to do within your everyday life as well, and certain things that you may want to accomplish as well. But the foundation of it, your foundational principles as a man change. If your foundational principles as a man haven't changed, but you're making videos of it, you're going down the streets, then it really, quite frankly, is an act. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And as these brothers also said in this video, from this particular brother right here, it was an act. You know what I'm saying? Which, hey, that's why those things are said, bro. Because like I said in the clip, if you're just in this for brownie points, to make a name for yourself, to stand out, to try to impress other people, or because someone has convinced you, but you haven't really been convinced yourself that this is the way to go, and you're in such a state of fear, but you don't really have the knowledge to back that. Like I said, things are gonna happen, and if things don't happen on your timeline, things don't happen according to how you want them to go down, that ends up on people turning their back on the Most High. Because it's like, okay, well, they told me that this was going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. Or they said that this was going to happen at this particular point in time, and it hasn't happened yet. That's the only reason why I was here. Because I thought the world was ending this year, and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So what's up? And that's when you got a mindset like, but it's funny, but it should be
true.
Happening, bro. It's true. It's true.
I'm here because I thought the world was gonna win.
It's true,
oh
bro.
my God.
It's true. Brothers like this, I'm saying, not him specifically, but brothers with a mindset like that, it's like you're not in it when things happen, when things go left, it shows that the intentions weren't pure the entire time. Meaning what? The renewing of your mind, body, and your soul wasn't actually put in place. It was all just, a facade or an act because you wanted an outcome, or because you thought an outcome was coming and you wanted to be in the protection seat for that outcome. Not necessarily because you actually renewed in your mind and your spirit and you actually believe this to be the truth. You know what I'm saying? Believe these words and the wisdom of the Most High to be the foundational principles of life. It wasn't that. It was just to maybe to be in the driver's seat of protection, or you know what I'm saying, or be, you know what I'm saying, like I said, seen of men, or to be, for some attention to be shined your way because, you know what I'm saying, you may have gotten a name for yourself and a certain following because of your association with the Most High and preaching and things of that nature. If that's what it's for, if things don't go down according to the timeline you have set, the timeline you set for yourself and you set for events to happen, you end up getting tired of putting on the act, man. And once that fades away, the true intention showed that was there the entire time.
Yeah. So it's not about proving to other people. It's about proving to the Most High that your spirit is right. That you have a balanced spirit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, none of us know when everything is going to take place per se, that leads straight to the end game. We don't know when that time is going to begin. Now, of course, we are watching certain events that, based off of scriptures, serve a sign for that time that time is approaching. But at the end of the day, none of us know. Only the Heavenly Father know when this stuff is going to kick off. So at the end of the day, you gotta do things according to whenever that time comes for the Most High to test you, you'll be ready to pass that test. Instead of, oh well, I'm part of this group because they said the world was gonna end in 2022 or early 2023. So that's why I'm here. Like, what's up? Like, if it doesn't come, oh man, I gotta leave. I gotta leave the whole. I gotta leave the whole doctrine and all types of shit. And it's like, nigga, where on earth in the scriptures did it tell you that the world was gonna end that the world was for sure gonna end in 2022 or 2023? It doesn't say anything like that. It gives the like what the events would look like, but it doesn't give a certain time. So at the end of the day, that shows right there that you didn't, in my words, return to the code. You didn't do that. All you did was what's the word for it? All you did was adhere to other people. You didn't
Yep.
you did not adhere to the Most High uh through the code. You didn't do that. You were just talking, bro. I mean, honest with you, you just gave vain words. But at the end of the day, all that stuff, you have to be focused on that, like we said before, on your own volition. You must be preoccupied on your own. While you was handling your business earlier, the precept I was reading, Squint, was Sirach 39, starting at verse 1. And like I explained earlier, that was literally talking about Yahushua himself. Yes, that was, wise sayings in Sirach, but that was also really a prophetic word of how Yahushua would be while he was on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so focused on the Most High through the prophecies and laws, through meditation and stuff, that he wasn't, every chance that he got to get away from people, to isolate himself, he took it, because he didn't want to be around. He didn't want that vain glory. Even he tells himself, I receive glory from the Most High, not men. So he never wanted to be around people too long, because he knew that that's what happened. That's just naturally a part of the human condition. When you show off your light, when you show off your greatness too much, those that fuck with it to various degrees, it gets to the point where they just want to shower you with glory all the time. Ooh, lucky. And if you're around that energy, and if you're around people like that for too long, you'll succumb to that energy, and now you want that ego boost at all times, because you're looking for that instead of looking for validation from the Most High on Judgment Day, you're looking for validation from those in terrestrial right now. And it's like, that doesn't help in the grander scheme of things. So we all got to guard ourselves against that. And the best way to do that, of course, we're speaking to brothers, really, but in order to do that, you got to have some level of isolation, because whatever action that you take, it's got to make sense to you, not necessarily everybody else, but it has to make sense to you. Because as we know, being in this knowledge for forever long, year, 2 years, however long you've been in it, at this point, you understand that the average person is not going to, what's the word for it? They're not going to understand nor care to understand what the fuck you talking about. So at the end of the day, you have to understand that for yourself, and every decision that you make, it's got to make sense to you at the very least. If not anyone else, it has to make sense to you. It has to make sense to your spirit and your mind, because with Philippians 4:12, 2:12, I believe, you gotta work out your own salvation without fear and trembling anyway. So I mean, it's all about individuality, because on the day of judgment, it's just gonna be you there. Most High's gonna be judging you alone. It ain't gonna be your camp. It ain't gonna be your followers, or if you was a follower in the camp, it's not gonna be you and your elders standing there at the same time. It ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be just you standing there before the throne. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be, but always have some sense of individuality there, so that way you don't get you don't get you don't get caught up in these organizations, man. Oh my god.
Honestly, you don't get caught up in these organizations that try to morph you into being their standard of righteousness. Let's just call it what it is, bro. Like let's just be espoused. Now, like I said, when I make a statement or we make statements like that, we're not saying that everything they do is wrong or everything they say is incorrect. Of course not. We spend an hour and a half, of this live stream giving these brothers credit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? So we're not saying that to discredit, or completely disregard
The good things.
Yeah, the good things. But I mean, as men of the truth, we gotta be, thorough and honest and give a full perspective to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the main goal is to edify brothers, not because we don't have no camp. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no group. You know what I'm saying? We just brothers that come in righteousness and try to preach the word. You know what I'm saying? And edify.
Yeah,
You know
there's
what I'm saying?
only one nigga. There's only one nigga in NWB. All right. And that's your boy. That's your boy.
I'm the honorary member of NWB.
Yeah, honorary member, the honorary elder and founder of NWB. You can catch me posted outside tomorrow in Saturday mornings, Sabbath mornings on the streets, on the highways and byways of beep. Oh my god. But I mean, we're not a camp, bro. So
and that's the thing, when you have an environment like that where brothers can you don't have to fit some sort of a standard of what you deem to be righteous. That allows brothers to really be edified, because now things, now there's a free flowing order of conversation and thought and ways that you come to sound understanding, not a rigid way. Okay, no, it's this, and this, and if you don't get down with this, and this, then you can't be part of it. That limits your level of understanding. That limits your level of how deep you can get into certain topics. That limits the perspective you can have on certain things, in regards to the scriptures right there. And also that can limit how deep you get with your level of understanding in terms of you being one with the scriptures, because you're always gonna have that medium there. You're always gonna have that, like we were talking about earlier. You have that you have those variables in between the Most High and yourself, of course not Christ, but I'm saying man. You know what I'm saying? You have those mediums that stand in between, and if you have more respect or adulation for the message and not for the messenger and not the message, that's an issue. And oftentimes when you see with certain brothers who may be a part of a certain camp or group or organization, whatever, that the messenger, the importance of the messenger outweighs the importance of the message.
There's got to be a happy medium between the two.
Exactly. Because sometimes, see, the message is already set in stone.
It's good.
The message is the Bible. The Bible's already written. It's set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tamper with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, interpretations of things may be different, but the words are always going to be
tampering.
There.
But which is the tampering itself. But the words have already been established and written long before all of us was born. So you can't tamper with that.
And that's the message right there. You can't tamper with the message. The message is going to be clear. It's the messenger that can tamper with the message. And if you don't know what the message is and you only getting it from the messenger, you're going to get the perspective of the messenger. And quite frankly, if you're listening to the messenger more than you are listening to the message, then you're going to vibe more with the messenger than the message. It just is what it is, because you're more accustomed with it, because you're more familiar with immersing yourself in that. You're immersing yourself in the messenger more than immersing yourself in the message, right? So if that's the case, then of course the messenger is going to be the main source of just validation and understanding and everything. You know what I'm saying? So when the variables of the messenger changes, or a certain perspective you may have towards the messenger changes, that changes how you view the message. When that shouldn't be the case. It really should be the other way around. It really should be how you view the message, or how the message is speaking to you, or the truth of the message should change how you view the messenger. That's really what it should be, because the messenger can be wrong. The message is already set in stone.
Long before any of us was born. So
exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, so conversations like this it's such a shame, especially in videos like this, where these brothers, man, you can tell they do have some based off of their own testimony, of course, because we don't know for sure, but based off their own testimony, they do have some good qualities about themselves. Like they look out for their brotherhood and things
Which is
of
a great
that
thing.
nature.
Which is a great thing.
Great thing. So that's a great thing. But I mean, it's not all the way their fault. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going after. They got their. Oh my goodness, they got their understanding from those quote unquote elders and oh my God, and apostles. Oh my goodness, man, it's just that's just silly. That's just ridiculous. That's so egotistical. It's one thing to say you're an elder because I mean, you have elders today in the sense of older people. Like that's not that bad. Yeah, that's not that bad. But once you start going apostle, come on, man. Like that's madness, man.
But see, those titles hold so much weight to the point where if someone's a self-proclaimed apostle, the role of an apostle or apostleship has such a heavy title associated, and this heavy spiritual energy associated with. I mean, we really want to talk about apostle in terms of apostleship. I mean, you're going into basically someone that learned behind Christ. I mean, if you really want to, I know the word apostle technically just means sent away, but who was that sent away applied to? Come on, man.
Exactly. Like, you was there? Like, come on, bro. You pretty old. You look pretty young for somebody that was there 2,000 years ago. I mean, damn.
Exactly, bro. So that holds so much weight behind it. So when you got someone coming in that's new, that don't know nothing about this, like they said in this video, this brother came to them seeking direction because they knew him from high school. This brother came to them seeking direction, seeking guidance. Now, those brothers, they got the guidance from the apostles, quote unquote. And so he came in, sent to the camp or whatever. He got guidance from the brothers that got guidance from the quote unquote apostles. So because that's the case, it's just a trickle down effect of. I'm not saying the brothers don't have no understanding. Like I said, we the first hour and a half to 2 hours of this live stream, we spent giving those brothers credit. You know what I'm saying? So, we already know what's up. I'm not saying, I'm not speaking negatively. I'm just being real. Like you have a whole trickle down effect of, you know what I'm saying, brothers who could potentially be more infatuated with the messenger than the message because of the certain energies behind carrying such heavy title, heavy titles, and also to not just that, but the allure and the enamoring factor. When you're first learning something and someone's able to go into the Bible, a very sacred and holy book, and a book that has a lot of mysteries and riddles into it, and someone's able to break down things from a perspective you never heard before. That has a lot of energy behind that. You know what I'm saying? You're really attuned into. I mean, think about when you first come into the truth, bro. You're watching a lot of videos or whatever medium you came into, whether that be a camp or a particular brother, you had a YouTube channel, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? You're watching a lot of videos because you're enamored by the way a brother is able to go into the Bible and break things down from a perspective you've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get so caught up in the allure of that to where you're more infatuated with that particular messenger than the actual message itself. And that, unfortunately, is what you be seeing in some of these groups and these camps at times. And that's why you be seeing brothers. I was trying to get brother some credit, man. But that's why you be seeing brothers in general, no matter how much amount it is. That's why you be seeing brothers in general, you know, who lose, you know, track of what the intended purpose was, because over time, the messenger, they also the infatuation of the messenger never wore off, because, like I said, you focus more energy towards the messenger than actually getting to the source of it, which is the message. And when that's the case, unfortunately, you see things happen like this with this particular brother, where because he never really got in tap with the message, he didn't value it. Like I was saying earlier, when you value something, you want to immerse yourself in it. If you have a wife or you have a woman, you know what I'm saying, that you think is wife material, you know what I'm saying, according to whatever your standards are, you know, you obviously immerse yourself in everything that goes on with that woman. You know what I'm saying? And you want her to immerse herself in everything in regards to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you want to, so if that's someone that you value, or that's someone that you want to place a valuable title on, which what wife is, a valuable title, you want to place a valuable title on a woman, then you expect her to immerse herself in you, and she expects you to immerse yourself in her. It just is what it is.
Right.
Now, of course, there's different levels of varying degrees of that, but that's a whole other conversation. But the point I'm trying to make is that when you place value on something, you know, you immerse yourself in it. So this brother, unfortunately, obviously, he never immersed himself in the message, because that medium of the messenger was there, and he was very much more, he's obviously just speculating, but I mean, we see the results. So I mean, I think it's a inference, you know what I'm saying, educated guess here, you know, that the messenger, the medium of the messenger, you know what I'm saying, in a way, like, I'm not saying it's their fault, but the medium of the messenger kind of interfere with getting in deep and valuing the message for the pureness of that. But more so looking for pureness in the messenger, which if you're looking for pureness in a man, then hey, that's not going to end well for you.
It's not. And I mean, it's just, it is a shame, because, you know, a lot of camps, except for the purple gang, they make some oh my goodness, yours truly, allegedly
they were
there because of reincarnation. Oh, that's a
and you know what's crazy about that? They really do think that.
Oh yeah,
like, they really do think that, bro. They really do.
Yeah, that's why we're laughing.
Yeah, bro.
It ain't because of that joke. It's because they dead ass about that shit. But I mean, a lot of these camps, other than the purple gang, you know, when it comes to biblical stuff, for the most part, they be spot on. Even though the purple gang does get some good stuff too. So let me not completely diss the purple gang.
I do.
And let me not diss the purple Power Rangers too much. But you know, it's these intricate things. Like, that's why, I mean, people always wonder why the camps can't necessarily come together. It's for that reason. All these camps are egotistical in their own right. Of course, it started with the quote unquote elders of each camp. Like, they're very egotistical to the point where, I mean, if you ask them deep down, they would tell you that if you're not part of this camp or that camp, if you're not part of my camp, then you're not really either righteous or focused on righteousness, because you're not part of my camp. You're with this other camp. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they would, you know, and then us that's in this chat, us on the panel that's gonna be on the panel tomorrow, you know, whoever you want to speak on is in Discord and things of that nature. we're not in a camp. Oh my goodness, what would they say about us? Like, you brothers,
I mean,
you brothers are so.
We got an example of that, bro. Because remember that one dude, the videos on Deviant's channel. I don't know if you was on the Discord that night.
Oh, you talking about that's the video that I was there. I was there technically because at that point I had slept through that whole thing. But I was there technically, like my box was there, but not me.
But we know what they think of dudes is not in camps because
right.
They made a whole
thief
video.
And a robber.
Exactly, you're a thief and a robber if you're not in a camp. but see that's the danger of it, bro. Like we here to get a whole perspective. Right. That's the danger of that mindset, because if that's the case, then you're more focused and centered. Your foundation of the truth is more centered around the principles and the ideals of a camp, which is full of messengers, a camp, as opposed to the actual pureness of the doctrine, the pureness of the Bible and the word itself. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to place purity, you're trying to misplace purity. You're misplacing purity. You think purity is in the form of a camp or a group of men who have an understanding of a good understanding of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You think that's the pure. You're placing purity in that realm when it should be placed in the core of the Bible itself. And then from then you have men who can interpret certain things in the level that you may not understand and whatnot because of your experience. You haven't been in this thing long enough. You haven't read or things of that nature. And then you take pieces from that and you learn from that. You know what I'm saying? You use them as tool. I don't want to say like you're using niggas, but like, I mean, everyone is used. You know what I'm saying? You use brothers for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You use brothers for getting some knowledge. I'm not saying you do it in a malicious way. It's just you're using the mindset, the knowledge they have to help better your understanding. That's what it should be for. Not
iron sharpens iron.
The other way around. Exactly. But it seems like it's flipped, and it's the other way around when it comes to some brothers in camps where they use the pureness. The purity is in the camp and the association of the camp and the group of messengers that encompass the camp, and then they're using the Bible. You see what I'm saying? When it really should be the other way around.
The book of Numbers to tell you why we should be in camps, man.
Exactly, bro.
This guy. Like, come on.
And that's a dangerous mindset, because if your mindset shifts about that camp, because your foundation of the Most High is based around a camp and not based around the scriptures, then you start to turn your back, because you turn your back on the camp. Now you start to turn your back on the Most High. That's what happens. And we see, like when I made that statement a while back in the live stream, I didn't just say it because I wanted the brownie points or to be happy about that, or I wish that on brothers. No, it's just the reality of the situation, bro. Like that's what happens. I mean, you think about it, the truth of the Bible is no different, or the camps or whatever. It's no different from just nigga shit in the world, bro. Whether it be a sports team, let me not say nigga shit, but just things that what I'm saying brothers do. I'm saying nigga shit in regards to the gang shit, but things that brothers do, whether that be a sports team, a club, just niggas that you roll with, that you're cool with, or be on that nigga shit, be on the gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Your mentality, your perspective towards that group changes. Next thing you know, what the group was made out, the fundamental aspects of the group, you start to look differently upon that. For example, you may be in a sports team, right? And now you for some reason you fall out with your teammates. You may stop playing that sport altogether because of that.
Right.
And that's what happens sometimes with brothers in camp.
Yeah, you stop hooping because one of your you got to follow one of your teammates. I don't know, he did something crazy, like try to fuck your girl or something. Like, it's just now it's like you stop hooping. It's like, nigga, come on, bro. That don't mean go that far. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's a passion of yours, you should always be trying to hoop. Same thing here. If it's really about the Most High, like I said, people come and go. So it could happen that, groups splinter off. I mean, all the camps are a splinter off from One West. So
Yeah.
we get that. We get that human beings, uh have a nature of, especially men have a nature of going their own way when there's a certain discrepancy per se. So
Mhm.
we get that part. But you can't just completely fall off from that knowledge, because you only get, we only live one life, which means we only get one chance to get this right. So to
Yep.
sit up there and be like, oh man, I gotta, you know what? I'm not going to even say that, because I don't need, I don't need the Most High to put that spirit on me. But I need to say, forsake all this. Let me just say that. Y'all know what
Yeah, I
I'm
know what
trying to
you
get
mean.
at.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
forsake all this, because I'm leaving this camp. So forsake all this altogether. No, 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 bro. Don't even. You can't even think like that, bro. You might go a different way than other brothers, but the foundation of working out your salvation, your own salvation with all fear and trembling, that has to stay with you. Because,
yeah.
if you're so focused on trying to be a part of a group and that shit ends, well then what now? What do you
Mhm.
do now? What if it's just you there? So what? So do you care about this now? You know what I'm saying? Like, does this matter to you when no one else is there? Shit.
Yeah.
Does it matter to you when you're around, when you're in the world and you're around regular people, whether it's your job, grocery store, whatever, wherever you're at, the club, wherever the hell you at?
Mhm.
Does this in any way, shape, or form matter to you then? Because if it don't, it's
Yep.
gonna lead
Yep.
to you. It's gonna lead to you making uh bad decisions. So
Mhm.
you got to
Mhm.
guard against that for yourself as an individual, not because some nigga you gave triple honors to, or however the fuck, how many honors y'all do over there, won't approve of won't approve of what you're doing. Like, that's not gonna, what I'm saying, like you said early in the live, like, you know uh men can change.
Yeah.
Any man can change. So what he would approve today, he might not approve tomorrow. So
Mhm.
that could happen. Lord forbid that he doesn't just completely, that your counsel doesn't completely flip the script and now is giving you terrible advice all the time. But, that can't happen. Just look at that as a test from the Most High to see if you really are paying attention, are focused strictly on the message of the Most High instead of more focused on the terrestrial messengers. You want to be too caught up into that, because it's all about the message from the Most High first and foremost. So
Yep.
that's what matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what matters first and foremost. That's the foundation right there, and then everything else is a branch of that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that be in the world, your career, your job, your aspirations, your camp, your teachers, your brothers, your parents, your friends, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Your vision, whatever it is, it's all branches of the foundation, which is the Most High, the Scriptures, Yahweh Shai. That's what it is. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have that set in place as the foundation, then everything else is going to be faulty. Think about it. If your foundation is things that can change, you know what I'm saying? Basically, all the other things I listed, and the branch is the Bible. Then because those things go up and down, they shift, they change, they shift, they move around. That's going to cause the Bible at the to move around. Your how you view is
Mm-hmm.
going to move around. How you keep it at the forefront of your mind is going to move around. How you choose to implement the wisdom of it is going to move around. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to
Mm-hmm.
the Bible being that foundation, and then when things move around as they naturally do in the flesh, you can use the foundation that you have to um, show you how you should approach those move around situations. You know what I'm saying? That way you never lose your
Right.
integrity in that foundational principle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of those things where you just got to be. This is what we can learn from this situation right here. Because unfortunately for this brother, because he never had the foundation set in stone, and and really digged in and rooted, and you know what I'm saying, and fixated, and unfortunately the fixation was the brothers that was in his camp. When they fell out, he started to turn his back on the Most High as well. That's what happens, bro. And now the brother's dead. It is what it is. That's why these things that we're mentioning are important. For any brother who may come across this video, who maybe his first day in the truth, if he comes across this video, I want you to know that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me, not about Ghetto Genius. It's not about any of the brothers in the comment section. It's about the Most High, first and foremost, and then branches of that, or Most High, Yahweh Shai, in the scriptures, and the branches of that, and then that's when you look to other brothers. That's branches of that.
Mm-hmm. Was it Proverbs 9 and Proverbs 9 verse 10. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you. If you are wise for yourself, not for other people, but for yourself. And if you scoff, you will bear it alone. So, I mean, it's that simple. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Once you have that wisdom with you, your life will be multiplied if you continue to adhere to it every day, because it's a life is a journey. You know what I'm saying? Our lives are journeys. It's what I'm saying, nobody's saved right now, but that knowledge gives you that peace, and everybody knows that peaceful mind is the easiest way to living a healthier life. You know what I'm saying? The easiest way to live a peaceful life is to be able to come to grips with as many truths as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to live. Yeah, they say ignorance is bliss, but at the same time, it's ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, things are starting. As all of us brothers know, things are starting to be revealed more and more and more. So that whole time of blissful ignorance is for sure either at an end or coming to an end, however you want to look at it. So people are starting to experience more and more things that would vex their spirit, that would vex their spirit big time. So, I mean, it is what it is. That's why you got to focus on the Most High, because you understand that everything is being fulfilled according to the Most High's plan. You don't want to be looking around like, why is this happening, or why is that happening? I can't believe this is happening to me, and blah blah blah. No, you don't want to. You want to be that guy. You want to understand. Okay, the plan is going into motion, and it's my job to keep watching for certain signs to be fulfilled, and that's it. Hopefully, I'll be fine.
And that's something that you got to do yourself, because the people that you associate with, they may not be doing it on your time. They may not be doing it when you need it to be done. That's the thing. Like, we need we got to do things for ourselves, right? Because we need things for our spiritual protection. We need to be immersed in the scriptures for our spiritual protection. We need to be immersed in current events for our spiritual protection. We need to be immersed in of just wisdom in general for our spiritual protection. Another man, he's not his first instinct is not to look out for your spiritual protection. You know what I'm saying? So if you're always relying on, exactly, he's looking out for his own, exactly. Work out your own salvation, fear and trembling. If you not if you're not looking out for your own, and you're expecting another man to do that for you, and he not coming through at the time that you need it for whatever reason that's going on in your life at that current moment, you won't have the answer when you're in a tough bond or a tough situation, or in a situation where you got to apply wisdom, or a situation where you got to be proactive or provide the right reactive answer. You know what I'm saying? Like the tenets that we were going to earlier. You know what I'm saying? Only the wisdom of scriptures will give you that. And if you don't know that, you don't know what to do, the next thing you know, bro, you know what I'm saying? You're in a situation where you're going to wish that afterwards, you're going to wish you had immersed yourself in the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is power.
Yeah, you're going to wish.
Yeah, you're going to wish, exactly. And I want to get, you don't want to end up in a situation like that because, you know what I'm saying? It could be the one that ends your life, unfortunately, just like this brother right here. Who knows, man? If he had, if he had stayed on the course, and you know what I'm saying, maybe he didn't, instead of immersing himself in men, quite frankly, that's what he did. If he immersed himself instead of immersing himself in messengers and men, and when I say messenger, I mean that just in the literal sense of someone delivering a message to you, someone reading the Bible, interpreting it, and letting you know their perspective on it. I don't mean it in any deeper sense than that. That's what I mean. So I just want to get that on wax right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's like, I know the word messenger carries a heavy connotation to it as well. Not as heavy as prophet, but you know what I'm saying? That's really what the word means. But of course, the prophet just has a stronger a stronger connotation attached to it than the word messenger. But that's right. I mean, that's what it means though. But I don't mean it in that sense. I literally mean someone who is reading the Bible and telling you their interpretation of it based off of their experience and their knowledge and things of that nature. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, continuing on. If you someone like say for example, he was a brother who, instead of immersing himself more in the messengers, but he immersed himself more in the message, then maybe he was gonna follow with those brothers. But then maybe when he followed with those brothers, because he had the wisdom, because he had the wisdom of the scriptures still at the forefront of his mind, he would have said all that crazy shit that he said when he left the camp. He would have told that brother he wanted to. I don't even want to repeat the things that the dude said. It was so wicked. I don't even repeat that. That shit,
was foul, bro.
That's all the foul. Y'all saw it in the video, and if you know what I'm saying, if you new to the video, just go back about an hour and you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? But all the foul shit, or you just go to this brother's YouTube channel. His channel's name is Prophets in Babylon. And watch his video. You know what I'm saying? But it was some foul shit he said, man. Some crazy wild shit he said about what he would do to brothers, and also how he spoke on the Most High. I definitely don't want to repeat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he said, but like, if he had the wisdom of the scriptures still at the forefront of his mind, he would have known and had enough fear in the Most High still, because that fear comes from you immersing yourself into it as well. You know what I'm saying? So he would have had that fear and that wisdom instilled inside of him, rooted solid in him, to the point where he wouldn't have built up all that animosity, energy to go overboard to that extent. Because he may have fell out with those brothers, he still valued what he had learned. That's the thing. Either you got to learn this. He would evaluate what he learned in terms of learning from the Bible, not just learning from men, but instead, which is the right perspective, you learn from the Bible in terms of you read the Bible, you get immersed in it, and then you use men to help you interpret some things you may have trouble with. That's how it should be done. You know what I'm saying? So if he had that mindset instead of the other mindset, the opposite mindset, he may have fell out with those brothers, but he would have still valued the knowledge that he learned from the Bible, and he wouldn't have said all the crazy shit he said. He wouldn't have built up all that judgment and indignation with the Most High. Brothers might still be alive today, man.
Yeah, like the extremism that he went to just to I don't know, get some type of reaction from them. That's just insane. Like that was really next level foul what he said, especially about the dude recovered from his burns. Like that's just so low. But at the same time, that's also why you don't be going around telling people all your business per se. Because look at what
That's too true.
happens. Now
That's too
now he's using that shit against you
Yeah.
like on some hoe shit. That don't that's that's fucked up. But hey, it's a game of chess, not checkers.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. I want to get this precept right here. This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they pray for they love to pray standing in the synagogue and in the corners of the streets. Verily I say to you, they have the reward. But when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. And we could take that mindset in regards to, everything in regards to this, man, not just prayer, but everything.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer, outward expression of devotion to the Most High versus inward expression of devotion to the Most High. Brothers who want to announce their fast, you know what I'm saying? Which the fast is something that's supposed to be between you and the Most High anyway. But brothers who want to announce their fast all the time. I'm not talking about brothers getting people together to say, hey, let's do a fast at this point. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like brothers who are just going around just involuntarily just, hey, bro, I fasted this week for 48 hours. Like shit like that, man. What you be hearing, shit like that, those things do happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they happen all the time, but they do happen. But
yeah. Shit, I want to give what's the best way to put it? I want to give an example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause my my job, right? Like some of the employees there, they be like trying to, cause today and Saturday, these are considered the money days there, right? But we do have the we got the Sabbath started already for us on in the Central America and the East Side, East Coast, things of that nature. Obviously on the Pacific, they're not too far behind right now, but you get the point. They'll because they don't because all of them show up Friday, not only Friday but also Saturday. So they showing up they don't give a damn about none of that Sabbath, about the Sabbath and things of that nature. So they're out. I'll say, yo, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, and I'm not gonna be here today and tomorrow neither. Do you like what? You're not gonna be there? Man, where you gonna be at, man? You know what I'm saying? Like I could use that as the opportunity to say, bro, I'm gonna be practicing the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Try to stick out my chest and say, oh, today's a holy day, so I'm finna rest, man. It's my off day. I gotta give. These days I gotta give my heart and my soul to the Lord. So I can go that far with it, but at the same time, it's like, for what? I could just say, yo, I have other things to do, because in all reality, I do.
Yeah,
so that's it. Like that's all motherfuckers at work really need to know. Like they don't really need to know that is the day of the Lord according to our understanding of days plus our calendar per se. But they don't need to know all that. Like they don't need to know that specific. So they just know that I have other things to do. My mind is not occupied on my job at all Fridays, Friday evening to Saturday evening. I'm not focused on that at all. Like they don't need to know that it's the day of the Lord and I'm focused on trying to be a man of the Lord and that's just, you ain't gotta do all that, man. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy, man. But I ain't gotta do all that shit, man. Cause sometimes you want to, cause they'll try to hit you with some goofy shit like, oh, you just being lazy and it's a bunch of bullshit talking points. What I'm saying? They'll try to hit you with something like that. So when you hear that, you're like, naturally you want to be like, Lazy, motherfucker, I ain't lazy. It's the day of the Lord. That's what you want to do, but nah, it's not worth it, man. Because now now this conversation is going to be geared towards something else, and all it takes is for one nigga to be like, "Man, the Bible fake." What? It's like, you know, it's just all types of nonsense. So, you know, you got to guard yourself from trying to what's the word for it? Stick out your chest on certain aspects on things, because it doesn't really matter to prove certain things to certain people. Like it's just not that big of a deal. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't, you know what I'm saying, if people don't really understand what you have to do on other days, it is what it is, you know. That's on them. But you don't have to go out of the way to try to prove something. You got to prove shit to them, though. That's just silly.
Exactly, because in a way, that's trying to seek their approval for, you know, in their praise for you being so righteous in their eyes. You know, like what's the point in all that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
At that point in time, you got to question: Are you? What's your motive? What are you in this for? Is it because you like the accolades or the looks that you get, or the thought that you know you may accrue in people's minds of you because their perception of you is someone that's, you know, righteous, or is it to be seen righteous by the Most High? You know, that's the thing. Those are the things you gotta question. You gotta ask yourself, especially with people who, I mean, who don't care. you don't care. Don't care.
They don't
Let's just call it what it is, bro.
bro.
Who don't care, bro? Like, don't care. They don't give a shit, bro.
They don't give a
care.
fuck, bro.
They don't
Like, come on, man. They don't give a shit at all,
care,
bro.
dog. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm not doing it because it's the Lord. I don't care.
I don't care,
They
bro.
don't give a fuck, bro. They don't give a fuck, bro.
They could be like, nigga, you still lazy. We gotta get this money.
I'm doing a lawsuit about the Most High tonight. Nigga, what?
What? Nigga, like, what?
You have a hey, bro.
You rather do that shit for free. Like, what? Hey, that shit free, cuz we making money over here. Oh my god.
You know,
they don't give a damn, dude.
They don't give a damn, nigga. Like that's so it's when you are more focused towards, you know, what would the Most High think instead of, you know, what would this nigga think, then you find yourself doing things more for pure intentions than doing things for show. So it's about where your foundation is. Once again, going back to, is your foundation the message? Because if it is, then you're going to be more centered towards, you know, you know, what's the Most High thing? If your foundation is a messenger, or like I said, just a man in general, and then you're going to be more centered towards, what does this man think, or what does this leader, this elder think of me, and you can find yourself showing out because of it, which can have a negative spin if you don't get the perceived reaction from an elder that you may want. You know, it's kind of like the concept of a fan turning into an enemy or turning into a biggest hater. You know, it's like this brother right here. He might have been fans of those brothers that brought him in the truth. Like they said in the video, he went to high school with them. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably the leaders. I'm pretty sure the brothers who are making this video are the leaders of this camp. They have brothers that come underneath them and whatnot. Might have been a fan of them. You know what I'm saying? What does a fan do? What does a fan turn into when you do something that upsets him? Because, I mean, they're only giving their side of the story. We all know there's three sides to every story. So they might be omitting some things that they may have done to piss that brother off. They could be. It could, you know. Now I'm not saying I'm not saying that what he did was justified by any means. But that could have just been the way of the Most High. Exactly. That could have. It's possible though, but that could have just been the way of the Most High either testing him, or I don't like to speak too much about what the Most High is doing, but you know, just speculating. That could have been a way of the Most High testing him to see how he would react, or the Most High could already just been like, "No, I I don't want this dude, and could have been a way to sift him out anyway. I mean, I don't know. I don't like doing that. Speculate what the Most High thinking of doing, but I'm just throwing things out there, you know, just for the purpose of this conversation. It could be, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. But you know, they could be, you know, not mentioning some things they did to maybe piss this brother off, and you know what I'm saying, make him turn, you know what I'm saying, or force, or not force, but you know, kind of shift his mindset of them in a certain direction. You know what I'm saying? And then that fan turns into that enemy, that biggest hater. And then that biggest hater goes and starts to do things to get attention from that, you know, once person he was a fan of. Think about it with Skip Bayless and LeBron James. So Skip Bayless is LeBron #1 advocate on TV outside of Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Always talking about LeBron. The whole segments and days dedicated LeBron. LeBron not even playing. LeBron ain't even in the playoffs. They got a whole segment. What about LeBron? How does the Warriors win the championship make LeBron look? You know? LeBron ain't even in the finals, bro. LeBron ain't even in the playoffs. Nigga. Fuck you talking about LeBron
dumb
for,
shit,
bro?
Does this diminish LeBron's legacy? It's like, who gives a shit?
Ain't no one think about LeBron right now.
Fuck that nigga, man. Whether it does or it don't, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Like, come on, bro.
Exactly,
Like,
bro.
what kind of shit is that?
I'm saying, man. But that's the things you see when someone's a fan turn hater. You know what I'm saying? They I gotta get before I get that shout out to Orlando Barry. Appreciate you, Shalom, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Showing
Appreciate
love,
you, bro.
showing support. You're another brother that's steady coming through. So appreciate you once again for tapping in, brother. Yours truly said, nigga wasn't even in the play. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Nigga wasn't even in the play, bro. And these niggas talking about him after the final. Niggas talking about him during NBA Finals was going on at that moment. Game 6. Second on Undisputed. If Steph Curry wins the finals tonight, is he gonna be better than LeBron? It's like nigga didn't even make the play in, bro.
It's like who cares, bro? Like, don't worry that bullshit. If he is, he is. Who cares? Like,
Who
nigga,
cares,
get
though?
off his dick, bro.
Man,
but I mean, whatever. Like, come on, man. It's so irrelevant right now. That talking point is so irrelevant. But that's what happens when you have to focus on certain. You have to focus on certain individuals, man. That shit happens, bro. But I mean, hey, all is well ends well, I guess. I mean, because of shit like that. Now you got to talk about the guy, even when you don't want to. So that's on y'all. That's what you get for building certain guys up. Now you have to talk about them. So I mean, it is what it is. Like it is gonna be what it's gonna be with that.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that that dude did that they didn't like. It's something that the nigga did that they weren't too fond of, or it may have pissed them off, or maybe he didn't give them something, or maybe they wanted something from him, but he was too slow, or he refused to do so. That's how those things happen, bro. When someone who's a fan is extreme, exactly. But someone who's a fan is extremely entitled too. They feel like they're entitled towards yours because they think they support you so much. So they're very entitled too. So that can happen with relationships like this, bro. Who knows how this shit went down? Maybe that brother, maybe he felt like he was entitled to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe the brothers, maybe it was the opposite end. Maybe the brothers felt like they were entitled to him because they helped him navigate. There was obviously things on both sides that caused the deterioration of that relationship. But because he was probably fans of those dudes who brought him in and kind of, like I said, wasn't really immersed in the message, but more rather immersed in being a messenger and the messengers that they brought him in and kind of thing for show and whatnot. I mean, even with this this profile picture right here that he got where it shows him with his mugshot and then on the streets. And with the sign right there, I'm not talking nothing about brothers on the streets. I'll be on the streets. You know what I'm saying? I have videos on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I do plan on in the future going back on the streets. I'm just in a different point of my life right now, but you know, trying to, and I have other things that you know what I'm saying I'm trying to get more understanding of and whatnot. But still, the point I'm
Kingdom
trying to make is
Pill
that
in the streets, nigga. Kingdom Pill in the streets.
I mean, hey, bro, Kingdom Pill, that's mine, nigga. That's mine. Not talking to you. I'm talking about this in general.
Oh, I already know you talking about. You were talking to me.
That's my shit, bro. I'm gonna have to change the shit, bro. I'm gonna have
Let
to
them
change it, bro.
know.
Kingdom Pill. Hey, bro,
Let them know.
this is a message, bro. Just a PSA. To everybody. You know what I'm saying? To everybody.
That's
You know
his
what I'm
shit, homie. Copyright established 2022, nigga. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. You know, that's situations. You know, break down like this when you know you're more centered towards outward show. You know, being a fan, being enamored more so by a messenger than being enamored by a message. All the things we kind of broke down in the second half of this live stream. You know what I'm saying? It's the importance of, you know, becoming one with the scriptures, becoming one, you know, with, you know what I'm saying, the wisdom of the knowledge of the Bible, which is the most high speaking to you, and not being not becoming one with a group or a title or the allure or the prestige of a particular organization that may be a part of. Because if your identity with the Most High is tied to an organization, if you fall out with that organization, then your identity towards the Most High changes along with the organizational shift, and you don't want that to happen at all. So that's
Yeah,
just
you
what
must
it
be
is,
a
man.
Christian at that point. You might as well be a
Exactly.
Christian. What's the difference?
Exactly. So that's really all I got to say about this, bro. You got anything else?
Let me make sure that I don't think I do. I mean, because it mean at the end of the day, you know, you're not supposed to be you're supposed to be obeying the Most High and not men. So this, I mean, at the end of the day, this video, of course, we had to address both perspectives. I mean, if what they're saying is true about things that they did for the brother, I mean, that obviously, like we said before, that's a great thing within itself, because you know some of the things he might not have been able to achieve on his own based off of certain parameters and circumstances that was going on in his life. So shout out to them for helping him. But at the same time, you do have to be careful. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's what they're doing, but that's something else I want to point out. You also want to be careful with the favors that people do for you. Like if you can achieve something, whatever it is that should be positive to various degrees, whatever you can achieve on your own, please do so, because the more you never know what people will try to when it comes to doing favors, you never know what type of favors people might try to hang over your head. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, anything that you can get done by yourself, please do. It's just better that way, especially as a man. You want to be able to achieve as much as possible from a terrestrial sense on your own. It's just way more naturally fulfilling that way. But of course, everything can't be done on our own. So whenever you do need help, you know, appreciate them. If you can give something, well, the same thing in return. I mean, you can always give something in return. Like Malak said, it could be money, it could be your counsel towards them, it could be a type of action, consistent action in return, as your way of appreciation, as your way of saying thank you. But if you can do things on your own, please do so, because you never know to what degree people will try to use certain things over you to try to distract you from something, from either an issue or a potential issue that needs to be addressed right now, which could potentially throw you way off track, especially if you came into the knowledge for all the wrong reasons. So
Yeah, yeah.
of course, anything that you can't take care of, please do so. But if you do need the help, you know, hopefully you're not in a position where you're too uh afraid of the people that you would ask for it from, because obviously that's a bad thing as well. But other than that, I don't think I really have anything else really to say. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, those dudes, quote unquote prophets in Babylon. Oh my goodness. I mean, they out there giving triple and quadruple and quintuple honors. So I mean, oh my goodness, man. Man, I don't want to. I don't. You know what? I'll save that. I'll save that for whenever I decide to um do the video. I mean, you could say this is part one. I guess part one will be on this channel, and then part two live stream will be sometime in the future on mine. So we probably gonna be doing this shit again. So because
Yeah.
that shit has to stop, unless we are in the time of because there's some things that take place like famine of the word before even the spirit of prophecy gets put on anyone else. But unless we're in that time, another thing we're gonna be doing this live stream. We're gonna be doing a live stream on that to expand on what was said near the end of this one. So y'all, if you haven't subscribed to my channel on YouTube, not trying to do a shameless plug right now, but you get the point. You're not subscribed on my YouTube
Go ahead,
channel.
bro. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed on YouTube channel, same name on here as all the other socials. So if you're not subscribed on there, subscribe on there, check out the content now. A lot of the content is with the brothers that we all do live streams with on a consistent basis. So, check those out. And I should be, hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be doing live streams within a month or so, because I actually want to get that. I actually want to start cranking those out again. I haven't done a solo live stream or hosted a live stream in what 2 years now. So it would be fun to actually try that, to actually get back to that element again. So of course, always shout out to the brother Malak, you know what I'm saying, for to be on these live streams. Hey, I didn't think that I just knew that he was gonna go into this alone. I didn't think he was gonna ask me to tag along. So I mean, hey, but I always appreciate the invite. Brother's always looking out, so I try to look out for him as well. That's part of being a brother, man. Look out for him as much as he looked out for you. That's how that goes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I appreciate you, coming on here today and helping me out with this and providing great knowledge and great edification for the brothers, in terms of, breaking this down and going to this topic. It's real thorough live stream we did. And so y'all brothers go subscribe to Ghetto Genius 144 channel. And we gonna be over there cooking as well. So we just spreading the love everywhere. But that's what it's about, man. It ain't about, oh, this brother. Nah, man, it's just, hey, bro, you wanna hop on the live stream? Hey, bro, hop on. It's just about spreading the knowledge and getting the edification out there for the brothers. Whatever platform we on, with whoever channel we on, that's what it's about right there. You know what I'm saying? Just getting the knowledge out there, the brothers, getting more brothers fed with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all y'all brothers that came through and tapped into this live stream. I always enjoy the company of you brothers as well, and listening and whatnot. Shout out to G Israel 144. He said, "Great live, brothers. Appreciate you, bro. Stayed up for the whole thing. Hey, brother, stayed for the whole thing, man. Appreciate that, man.
You dig?
The whole 3 hours, man. Appreciate you staying for the whole time, brother. Much love to you.
Shalom, brother. Shalom.
Hey, shout out to G Israel 144, man. He been consistent on my channel for a minute, man. So he stayed coming through the live streams. So shout out to G Israel 144. He said, "All praises be to the Most High." Yes, all praises be to the Most High, especially in these times where, you know, it's a blessing to be able to see things and be able to interpret, you know, these situations that for some are very unfortunate, but you know, things that we can learn from as well, and just be more edification for the brothers. Hey, this is not a game. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're involved in. This the spiritual understanding we're involved in. This shit ain't no joke, bro.
Like that nigga Project Pat said on Crunk Dead Remix. This shit ain't sweet. This shit ain't candy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my god, I love that line.
Think it's a game?
What's that ad lib? I forgot who's the DJ, but you know the lady called "Think It's a Game."
Oh yeah. Think it's a game.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh man, you know, but on a real note though, bro, this really ain't no. This really real talk, but it's really ain't a game.
It's not.
This brother just got taken out, man. You know what I'm saying? That some of these brothers are saying it's suicide. So, I mean, hey, the Most High can put that spirit on you, that demon on you, to take yourself out, man. A strong delusion to push it to take yourself out. So it's not a game. We got to stay prayed up. Gotta, exactly, bro. Like we read earlier. Ephesians, spiritual weakness in high places. A lot of people they open up the more portals and shit now. Hey, now more demonic energy is going out to the world now, bro. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay prayed up, gotta stay read up, gotta stay knowledged up, gotta stay fed up. You know what I'm saying? You know,
return.
Exactly, return to the code, like my brother be saying. And you know, Lord, where we make it to that end, man. You know, especially in these times that we in. And shout out to yours truly as well. He said, "Enjoy the live stream, brother." Shalom, hey shalom, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Another regular on the channel. Appreciate you coming through as well, and tapping into the live stream. And you know, and I appreciate all y'all brothers that come through as always, man. It's a blessing. It truly is a blessing.
The first live stream where Randy was not on. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Where the hell is Randy? It's not a live stream without Randy on. He's like on the ghost panel. You know what I'm saying? Where's Randy at? It's not a live stream without Randy. Watch that nigga Ricky show up in the comment section and some shit. They got me here the whole time.
I appreciate the live, brothers. Hey, shout out to Randy, man. Shout out to Randy, bro.
Randy's on every time. If you got a channel, let Randy know. He gonna watch all your shit.
He gonna watch it. He gonna promote it. Shout out to Randy, man. That's a good brother.
Randy is on it. Randy is on it, bro. But of course, man, look, you gotta return to the code, and always Kahala Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Nagad Ha Kwatazah Mayan Ha Rashayat, baby. You gotta do it, man. Declare the end from the beginning, man.
Yes, sir.
Declare the end from the beginning.
Got that Hebrew speaking. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We coming with that. That live stream is coming, boy.
Yes,
we're gonna offend a lot of people with that, man. But I mean, hey, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. So
paleo in there too. Hey, this ain't no joke. This ain't a game, man. But before we go, shout out to Turner Classic. Shout out to yours truly. Shout out to Spirit of David, RJ Dennis, Orlando Berry, and G Israel 144. All the brothers that came through. Shout out to y'all. Like I said, I can't say enough how much I appreciate the support. This is my backup channel too, so I can't say enough how much I appreciate the support of you brothers coming through and listening to these live streams on my backup channel as well, when my main channel is still down. Much love once again to all y'all brothers. But hey, man, You know what I'm saying? You just want to give all praise going on to the Most High Yahweh. His name is only God, so Yahweh Shai. Hey, man. Value the message over the messenger. That's all I got to say. You know? And,
Find the happy medium, find the balance, man, and hopefully you'll be fine. Of course, we can't make no guarantees because we're only human beings. So none of us can guarantee your salvation. We can't even, in a lot of ways, guarantee our own, really. So life is a journey, man. As a matter of fact, let's get that last precept because that's actually going to be one that, like a to be continued into part 2.
Before you get that too, like I said, for anyone that didn't hear me the first time, when I say messenger, I'm talking about just a man who's interpreting the Bible from his perspective. That's what I'm talking about. So I want to get that on wax right there again, just in case anyone didn't hear that first time I said it.
Yeah, it's going to turn into that. Literally, this precept is going to be written. It's going to be speaking on that. Romans 15 and starting at verse 4. For whatever things were written afore, or in New King James before, were written for our learning, that we through the patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Hear that? In the comfort of the scriptures. We read for the patience and the comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Now that the Most High that the power of patience, Yahweh, Most High, and the comfort grant you to be like-minded toward one another, according to the Mashiach Yahushai, that you may with one mind and one mouth glorify the power, Yahweh and the Father of our Lord, Yahushua the Mashiach. So it's that simple. Through the scriptures. You hear that?
Yeah. Everything
that we read in the scriptures are before time. It represents the old time. It doesn't. Now, of course, from a spiritual sense and learning per se, there are prophetic things in there. Obviously, all prophecies have not been fulfilled, but this understanding that because you read in certain aspects of the scripture that there were prophets at one point in time, that's what you are, or there were apostles at what time, that's what you are now. And you're an elder of Israel and all this. Stop. No, that was for our learning. Those people were the apostles. Those people were the messengers of divine messages. They perform those divine roles. Be patient, and if it's the time for the great tribulation and things of that nature, then if you make it through, for us that make it through, hopefully we will have a divine role. But until then, we still have the book. Like, it's not even the famine of the word, and you guys are already talking about how you guys are prophets and stuff. Like, what was already written is still available to us, which means that we're not even anywhere near close to that time period yet. So humble yourself, please. But it is what it is. But we'll get into that when we do that live stream on my channel. So let me not empty the clip here. Let me stop.
Man, you finna start a whole another live stream on this live stream, bro.
Yeah. Let me not either of these niggas make their soul burn slow. Let me stop.
But hey, and also too, just before we go, man, rest in peace to this brother, man. It's unfortunate what happened to him, but hey, the Most High controls life and death, so obviously it was a reason for it. So it is what it is. So
there's a time and a season for every purpose under heaven.
Exactly, bro. So with that being said, shalom to all y'all brothers. Appreciate y'all coming through once again. And until next time, y'all.
See ya.